Lads, Roto Dryade are back sponsoring the podcast this week. Kev, you used it?
I did, mate. I had some trouble with the eyes, but it's definitely helped me. A little itchiness, but the liquid in there, I don't know what it is, but it's massively helping.
So we're not a podcast that just promotes things, Ken. We actually use them, do you know what I mean?
Good product.
Relieves 8 dry eye symptoms, Kenny. It's amazing, isn't it? For up to 12 hours, symptoms include dryness, soreness, itchiness, irritation, burning, grittiness, stinging and tiredness. Probably a lot of viewers whose eyes have been stinging watching their teams this season. Livy fans get this. So make sure you get Roto Dryade for some relief. Mad gamer like Andy.
Yeah, also if you're a mad gamer or constantly on your phone or laptop and get irritation from staring at the screen all day, this will be a great help.
You used it for when you were on your, what was it you were watching on your laptop when you put it in? Roto Dryade can also be used with contact lenses. So if you ever get sick of the glasses, Kev, and go for the contacts, Roto Dryade is a product for you. Do you think you're going to go for that eventually?
Where is the gigs?
I don't think the contacts will work for me because one eye's way to shop and one's bringing back change.
Mate,
that's how good that is, mate. That'll straighten your eyes up again. That's how good it is. You just need to remove contact lenses before applying the drops, then wait 15 minutes before putting contact lenses on. Product is also gluten-free, which you love, Ken. You're on your health kick.
Yeah.
You can buy the product on Amazon and also in the link in the description box.
Brilliant, Si.
Well done, mate.
True pro that, innit?
Yeah.
That was good. I want to ask you this about the fasting because we're talking about you being healthy. So where did you get, is this the Dana White thing? Is that where you seen it first?
Aye. Joe Rogan, Dana White, aye.
You look a wee bit like Joe Rogan, mate.
Yeah.
Is that not like 3 days?
3 days, mate,
85 hours.
Right, so talk me through this.
Aye.
When did you decide to do it and how did you decide what day to start? Because if it's a Monday, mate, and you're hungover for the weekend, you're not doing it, obviously.
It was the wife says, we should try this. So the deal was we'll have our dinner on Sunday night and then that'll be us till Wednesday. So we'll have a right good Sunday dinner. She makes fucking right cracking Sunday dinner, so she does. So we had that, and then that was me till Wednesday night. She lasted till about midday Monday. She was midday Monday, so
did you do the full 3 days?
So what is it, just water?
Just water and electrolytes.
No black coffee,
nothing? Nothing, no coffee, no tea, no nothing, just water, electrolytes for the 3 days.
And when did you start to struggle?
Mate, the first day was the worst. I was fine day 2, day 3.
That's fine. Mental, man. I could never do that.
What's the benefits? Talk to me.
There's all kinds. I'll send you after the show. There's loads of health benefits. It's not just about losing weight or...
Do you feel better?
Aye, well...
Well, that
I'm going to do it again, though. I will do it again every couple of months. I'm going to do it.
How much did you lose? Did you weigh yourself before?
Nah, I never done it. I say it's not about weight loss, it's about the health benefits. I'll send it to you all after.
You must have felt
after the show.
shattered, though, no?
No.
I thought you'd be like, nah.
It's supposed to go the opposite.
Your man Joe Rogan talks about it as if it's the best thing on earth, but...
You look like you've done nothing but eat for the last 2 days.
I tell you what made me do it, showed it, and then he said he'd done it before and after, and he was like a bit fleshy and that on like the last time he ate, and then he was shredded. I went, I'm having a piece of that. I'm going to go, nah, it wasn't the same, man.
No.
It wasn't the same. Right, he's talking shite.
Dana
White, you're talking shite, man.
It wasn't the same for
you and Rogan.
But he's strong and obviously
Joe Rogan's a man though, isn't he?
So this is what I wanted to ask, mate. What did you eat? What was the first thing you ate after you?
Well, you know what? So it was a Wednesday night. Full 72 hours was 6, half 6 on the Wednesday night. So I wasn't going to dig into the Thursday because again after the 72 hours there's supposed to be good benefits as well. Right. So I thought I'm going to just dig in. I'm fine now. I'll just dig until breakfast. Have a nice breakfast. And then my pals were doing it as well, and she said, "Oh, but they're having a Chinese in it." I mean, I just went boom straight to the Chinese. There's a new Chinese opened up in Newton Mearns, sensational. Nice? Aye.
What was your order?
It was, I had the honey chili chicken. There was ribs, duck. Oh, it was a full shebang. Oh,
You
lovely.
used to love a whole wong, didn't you?
Oh, a whole wong.
Oh, whole wong.
It's the same people apparently.
Oh,
Golden Valley, it's called. Hey, Newton Mearns, Harvey Avenue.
Tony, Ian, what have you? I've got a pet peeve for you, by the way.
What's the pet peeve?
Ubers.
How? What have I done?
Robbing bastards.
How?
Out for my dinner, right? Put in an Uber for the restaurant. I'm not going to name it because it wasn't good enough to name. In the West End. Put an Uber in. But they put the pickup point fucking 3 streets down for some reason. So I phoned the driver.
But you set the pickup point?
But I put in where I am and it says, right, driver's coming. And I checked it again when the driver's at the pickup point. It was 3 streets. So I phoned the guy, go, mate, I'm at this restaurant. Can you come pick me up? Yeah, no bother. 30 seconds later, mate, put the phone down. The driver has cancelled your Uber. £6 fucking cancellation fee. Robbing bastards.
Not the pickup point, mate.
Nah,
what you get?
You've been done there.
But the fact I phoned him and says coming, he's like, no worries, mate. 30 seconds later, trip cancelled.
He's just got £6 for nothing, innit?
Well, you know what happens once that.
He's got another game, he's got another gig.
He's thinking, he's come up Simon and just thought...
Oh, it's Defo Rangers fan, innit? Defo Rangers fan, they were tweeting me off.
I was getting tweeted Tenent fan, man, no chance.
Shocking, I never knew that happened.
So, have you never done that to somebody?
No, I normally phone them and say, where are you? And I try and make a conscious effort to pick up everybody that's that's a right of the job.
Yeah. Do you ever get Uber, Ken?
No.
How come?
No.
Scumbags, think.
No. Just drive everywhere.
Oh, do you drive? Do you like a drink now?
No, I thought, but I'll get a taxi. I'm not up to it. I've not got the Uber app and all on my phone. Old school.
I don't get
I'm old school.
No, I'm the same. I've used Uber maybe once or twice in my life.
Oh, really?
Aye.
A good advertisement for your company.
My fucking company. Not my company.
How come that? I love Uber, mate. I'm always...
But if you're never in. So...
No.
What about you, weekend? Any good food, drink for us? Still off it?
I had a Sunday dinner yesterday.
Who made it?
I went out Saturday night, didn't I? I was on the zeros.
Oh, cool.
I was on the zeros.
You never went to Winderbar and had zero beer?
Yep, Moretti zeros.
Mate, I used to really like that.
No. Zeros,
Just have a
see that there, that's a
water,
pet peeve of mine. Guys that go out and drink 0% alcohol. What is the point?
But it's better than drinking water, no?
Just don't drink anything.
What, just sit there with a dry mouth?
Just get in.
Just be frustrated. Just
get in, man.
I feel like you feel like you're more social, do you know what I mean? And I'm not even joking, it got to the point when I was like, I'm a bit tipsy here, even though I was on the zeros, because I was like, mentally, I was just like, I'm on it here.
You're with the hero, Cal.
I tell you what, it was still some laugh. He was just superb again.
Was he?
Superb. We'll need to get him back up soon, but...
He was going to come on, he was meant to come on, well, he was thinking about coming on today, wasn't he?
No, he couldn't, but he did say that. I think he comes up again in like 2 or 3 months or something like that, but he was up for his mum's 60th, so happy 60th.
How was the Wonderbar? Was it good?
It was good, mate, aye, it was good. We were only in there till about 1:30 or something like that. It's so busy.
Any names you seen in there? Come on.
No, I never. Genuinely, I never.
Never seen it?
No.
Did you see Mick in there?
But we were just like, we were just sitting in the corner, wasn't really, weren't in amongst it.
You been in there, Kenny? Wonderbar?
You'd like it, mate.
Aye?
Aye, honestly, you would. Live guitar, bit of music and that. It's good, but it is rammed, isn't it? But it's a place to
proper close to people all the time, mate.
Man, Mark.
Pick a day to go in, you'll see him in it.
Aye. Any Sunday night.
Did you watch, before we got into the big boy stuff, the Premier League, did you watch Dundee United Rafe game Friday?
I did that.
I never.
Need to give a shout out to my man, Scott Brown. What a goal.
Yeah.
Great hit. Great hit. No, I don't know what I felt uneasy with. The two left-footed centre-halves playing for Dundee United.
Who was that? Holt and...
I've never seen that before. No, like two left-footers. Just watching the game, I just fucking looks awkward. I was like, why are you not going on your right foot?
The best bit about the game told Mikey Stewart's commentary.
Aye.
Oh, wait.
Dick right in the mouth there.
I've seen it. Came up on Fit My Patter on Instagram. Brilliant.
Gary Mackay-Stevens wrote an email to BBC, didn't he?
Off cup.
He used the devil's word for penis, that's what he said, didn't he? Raging with it.
I tell you who we've got that's an absolute legend at Motherwell. See the boy Jack Vale we've got on for Blackburn? He's a funny boy, man.
Is he?
Funny boy.
In what way? Just one-liners?
No, just like the opposite, just stupid as it. Well, I'll give you an example. She's been asking stuff about Scottish football, whatnot. She's always asking, oh, what's this team like, what stadium, blah, blah, blah. She asked us what Aberdeen stadium's like. I was like, it's decent, mate, old school, like, it can be quite intense, blah, blah, blah. So after the game, that time we drank a Petodi, and he was like, what position was he? That's what he said. I was like, that's a stadium. But honestly, he is so thick. But he was telling me he was there when Charlie did the Yankee Bravos with the young boy at Blackburn.
Oh, was he?
So he was there in the changing room.
And he watched the guy doing it?
Aye.
Probably his mate, because he was a young boy, wasn't it?
Young boy, but he said he was like one of the pure busy types as well, so the lads were loving it. It was him.
He got it done.
But he's a hero, Jack, man.
I need to ask you as well, because he's getting it done. Would you ever get there? Just looking at that.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
You've had that hairline for forever,
Aye.
You've always had that.
Everybody always thought.
Maybe the corners filled in, but then nah.
No, you suit that at all, mate.
Aye.
You do, you suit
Aye,
that.
I think.
When was the last time
You said after the Cooperman show you were going as bald. He says, I'm going as bald as a bat.
Did you?
It wasn't on camera. Gordon Dale was putting pressure on
A baseball bat, mate.
It wasn't on camera, but it's just been exposed.
DL, some man on that. What was he like before and after that show, mate?
Have
you done the radio work?
Aye, brilliant.
Aye, yeah.
I quite like him.
He's a hero, mate. He's a hero, mate.
He's no the false shilling.
We were talking about obviously people dying too young and passing away, and it was quite me, Derek, and all, and then he just sits there and he just looks at me and goes, you never know when your last boy empties.
That's what he said.
Wait, what do you mean? He went, you don't know when the last time you're going to empty your balls is?
I tell you what, I did know.
That's what he thinks about, man.
I was listening to Clyde One after the game on Saturday, and obviously there's a lot of Celtic fans phoning in because he beat it, whatnot, and he agreed with every single thing every caller said, whether it was having a go at the board, or the manager, or the players, or saying that it's all getting carried away and it's too much. He agreed with every single person. Absolute fence sitters on Saturday was.
What about some of the colours?
Was it good?
He's got to walk. He's got to walk in
Is that right?
He's got to walk in
I'm going to come to it now, but before we do, where are the glasses?
They're in the
There's a
car.
lot of viewers messaging saying that you look very sexy with them on.
mate.
They're in the car. Pair of glasses, Kenny. It's absolutely horrific.
I think you look well, mate.
So look at me on, I genuinely think you do look sexy with them.
What sort of style?
Like
don't know.
Austin Powers.
No.
No, but I'm serious, aren't they?
Clark Kent. Oh, anyway, your fringe is straightened up this week. That's good.
After you came to me, I've actually flicked it up. I've flicked it up because it's so
You've got a wee cow's leg there, haven't you?
I had the cows like
You
cows.
can't do anything about that. It's a shame.
Look well, mate.
Take me.
Aye, well, mate.
Because you were a bit sceptical with the moustache,
I'm
but you're
not
starting to see
happy
where I'm
with the
going.
Mauser. I'm still not happy with it, but you're digging in with it.
No, the
so
mouse
fair
has got
play.
to go, but I like the fact you're growing your hair again.
Do you, mate?
Aye.
You've got good
If
hair.
I was single, Jack, I could do a bit again.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
Past it, mate.
Nah, you're too vain.
Take?
Just, it need to be about you, the bird, so
I know.
difficult for
That's
you.
true, mate.
It would, wouldn't
Fucking hell, I'm really fit, man.
You did me a product in the house and all.
No, I didn't put a lot of product on. Although Mick bought us this Louis Vuitton aftershave. Smell that, mate.
And you're wearing it just like general day wear as well.
Do
You've
you know
got
how
to keep
much
that
it
for
is?
special occasions, mate.
Checked it online, 350 quid for a bottle of fucking aftershave.
What?
He's bought.
Aye, but aftershave's expensive now anyway, isn't it?
Aye.
It's getting dear. What do you wear?
I don't know. Lynn bought me this stuff and people like it in the car.
Jazz.
It's no brute. It's no brute. It's fucking good stuff.
Is it?
Aye, it might not be dupe. No, I think
I love
Do you
my
like
dupe.
getting your neck kissed when you're
Darling, get my neck.
at it?
No, that's a waste.
Oh no, it's your arse. You like.
It's a waste of a kiss up there.
Brilliant. Right, Ken, we've got the retro strips. What one's your
Yeah,
favourite
lovely,
there,
aye.
mate? Couple of big clubs there. I'd probably say Portsmouth is the biggest club.
I'll go for the Kylers.
You like that?
Aye.
That's fucking. That still fits me. How big was that?
That's a nice kit, to be fair.
Niall Quinn stains. There's certain stains at the front.
Was that Reg Vardy?
Reg
Sponsor, not, was it?
Vardy, aye.
Reg Vardy.
Reg.
What a shout that is.
34, mate. I thought you'd been a low number.
Ah, but that was my
That's a scuddy number,
my
that.
first ever squad number.
Oh, what did you go to 9?
34 to 9. I went to 19. I went to 9, and then we signed Tory Andy Flo and Marcus Stewart, and then popped me back up to 19.
Was Flo good?
The flow was good.
Shite at
Wasn't it great?
No, it was
His goals, you alright?
Wasn't it great for
good at
Sunderland
Chelsea,
either?
mate.
Wasn't it great for Sunderland, but a very, very good football.
Because he got signed for 12 million and that type, that's about 50 million this day's money, but he still scored goals,
The
didn't
rest, I scored a lot of goals. Aye.
What was your favourite strip you wore?
I like my first one when I was at Rangers, 2002-01, NTL, blue, aye, Nike,
Remember.
nice. Also like, when I went number
That was
9.
a Monaco goal strip.
Aye, when I went 9 at Rangers, it wasn't a great strip, but because I was 9 with the collar, the white collar,
Aye.
it wasn't a great strip, and it was a rubbish material as well, actually. But I liked it because it had the number 9.
Is that the one Jelic? He
came out,
I
he
always
came with that
remember
one, aye.
Jelic with the white collar.
He came with
He's a
that, aye.
striker you always wanted 9 to have.
Aye.
Is that a big thing, is it?
Listen, it's not a big thing, but it's good to have on your back.
You're the number 9, aren't you? You're the main man, you're the one that's scoring the goals. Do you not think a strip always reminds you of a player? Like, see if I see a strip from back in the day, I'll think of one player. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah,
He's
but-
just said that strip with the collar, and I'm thinking Jelic.
Yeah.
Well,
Elvich was a player, wasn't he?
See your Monaco goal strip? That reminds me of Billy Dodds.
Aye.
which
He
is-
Dodgy playing the 5s the other day, actually playing at Rookie
He looks like he could be from Monaco, Billy does, doesn't he?
Aye. They play 5s, you know that? Or ex-pros and that?
Who's good?
Aye. Charlie plays also. Charlie started to play in the last couple of months, and he should still be playing.
Strolls it.
Should still be playing.
Well, he played Saturday,
and
didn't he?
it's
A new club, Doncaster United.
And it's a tiny pitch as well, so he's just covered. You can't get past him.
Who, Faddy plays, didn't he?
Faddy, Big Jig, got a good squad. Snoddy played the other day, actually. Snoddy played. That was good squad.
Don't think I didn't notice you scoring a wee hat-trick a couple
Oh,
weeks ago.
brilliant.
Did you,
About a
mate?
month
You
ago.
still celebrate the goals and that?
Nah.
He's away.
Away with like Shearer.
Kenny's away with a shearer.
Give me the ball. I'm away with the ball under the
Are
arm.
you one of them in 5s that talks about tactics and all that?
No.
No,
You just got to organise. You got to
Do
organise.
you even moan at 5s? No, you like
Nah.
moaning that? No, do you know?
Unless somebody's doing fucking about that, then I'll
Who's usual?
KB was fucking about the other day, Jamie.
KB.
He was fucking about the other day, and I had to just fucking put it in the corner. Stop trying to reverse.
No,
it
asking
through people's
boys to
legs.
put balls in the corner at 5 size, yeah? Stick it in the corner. What strips did you hate? Well, that wheel strip was bogging me.
I know, but
That colour.
the Doritos one, but we got promoted in it though. So
I know,
you
but
always
you
think
wore
about
that shirt at Wales and ended up eating your strip, innit? Because that wheel's the colour of that. Did you play with
I played Wills too.
the colour of that strip?
That's shite, isn't it? It's one of the
Not
worst
great.
strips.
It's baggy, but you were all baggy back in the day as well,
What
wasn't it?
strips? What ones you were? Wasn't it?
No, ours was so would be maybe a few years after you. who would have been playing, like Mickey Gray and that.
I think I remember the one. We had a few. Like the first one I went there wasn't a great. It was Goodyear, so it was years. That was been.
Oh, that reminds me of Kennedy.
Aye.
Oh, the left winger.
Aye.
Well, he was there. Aye, Mark Kennedy.
Lovely left foot.
What a player.
What a scorer? Did he score?
Player final. Aye.
Player final.
What's your favourite stick you hold?
Good question. I don't know if I can answer it properly.
Rangers, innit?
It would need to be. But I tell you what's my worst one. Hearts kit this year, the pink one, all pink, man.
Nah,
And it's like bright. It's like a
nice.
dark pink. Not a dark pink, but it's like bright pink. Have you seen it?
No, I've not.
Do you think it's nice?
I think it's alright, aye.
What
I
was yours?
just feel terrible. when you
What in
go,
my career wise?
Worst.
Worst? Oh. Any strip with fucking Coventry City.
Maroon Scotland strip for me.
Maroon, what was
Oh, I
yours?
mind
The Georgia away. The Georgia away.
See, that reminds me of you.
Oh,
Only wear one.
bad, aye.
Only wear that
Maroon
one.
Scotland, what's
Aye.
that all about?
Do you not remember that?
Who picked that?
I don't know.
Scotland's had a few bad ones.
I didn't like the Bradford kit either.
Oh, Bradford's thinking
Aye.
Bradford's similar to Wolves. It's what, orange and purple or something?
No, the away kit was purple that year, but it was the claret and amber, same as Motherwell, but it was a hoops, wasn't it?
There's only one guy that suits that Bradford kit, Stuart McCall, innit? He's the only face that is bad enough to pull
Him
that
and
strip
big,
off.
him and the big striker, Ashley. What's his name?
Ashley Ward.
Aye.
His Mrs. Cracker.
Give me your best strip you've swapped for Scotland or strip you've swapped for club.
Couple Maldini.
No,
got Maldini?
he's not fucking dropped Maldini.
Maldini.
No way.
It was actually for Celtic in the last 16 Champions League.
No way.
Maldini. Aye.
Wait,
That could be the best we've heard.
that's unreal, mate. Did you go up to him and say?
No, he asked me for the.
Did he?
Oh, Miller, give that a no. I went and got him after that.
In the dressing room or on the pitch,
on the
like?
pitch.
That's incredible, man.
Wow, what about Scotland?
Got the cut. Miller used to cut the long sleeves.
Ah.
Cut long sleeves, I think it is.
Where have you got that in the house up?
Messed away in the loft somewhere. actually, now until we
Don't
get
lose
it.
that.
Aye, good one.
Are you no one
Cannavaro,
for putting,
I like Cannavaro.
Are you no one for putting strips
I will
up
do
there?
once I will do once I get settled.
See, I don't mind, this is one of my pet peeves, I don't mind people putting strips up if it's like a games room or a pool room, but I've been in people's houses, I'm not going to name them, who have got their fucking strips up in their living room.
Yeah, it's no.
Aye,
Or
next
pictures
to
of them
it.
playing football in the living room.
Aye, you can't have that.
No.
Can't have that.
I didn't even like pictures of your kids up in your living room.
Oh, that's a bit much.
That's a
You
bit
need
harsh,
pictures of
aye.
your kids.
Well, what's your kids? We can see them.
They might be older now.
artwork
Might
up
be
there.
older now.
I don't leave it away.
That's a good point. I like
Oh,
that.
this shite, mate. Canvases of kids up in your living
Oh
room.
no, the canvas.
Got a
of
big
the
massive
kids.
house and a cheap fucking canvas with your two kids on the wall. Nah, I'm not having that.
Did you know say Cannavaro was the best you played against with Scotland?
One of the best, that is. One of the best. Yeah.
Better than Maldini.
It's different because he wasn't centre back, he was left back.
Right.
Centre back, so map up against that.
What height was Cannavaro? Like,
Small. He must be heights with me. Must be 5'10", 5'11". He'll no be.
oh, I was thinking smaller than that, so
Nah,
it's
nah.
not that small.
Nah. He'll be about 5'10".
I thought he was like
5'11".
Redvan's height. No.
No.
4'8"? Wasn't it 4'8"?
We get high heels on. What about you, best strip? We've asked you this. Who you got? Must have got a big strip, didn't you? Oh, big dunk you liked,
A
innit?
big dunk. Sol Campbell. Gary McAllister for me was a big deal. Liverpool.
Did you get McAllister's?
Aye.
What, at Liverpool?
At Liverpool.
Great strip, mate.
I know.
Was that UEFA Cup year? They won 3.
It was the remember the kind of greeny yellow one Liverpool had. Away strip greeny yellow one. Michael Owen scored the winner that day, and I was like,
You know for a fact somebody's going to say Gary McAllister wasn't it at Liverpool at
He
that time?
was. He fucking was. I played against him because I went and asked him, "His guys, could I get your top?" And then I used to try and get all the Scottish boys. I got Christian Daly's. Played against West Ham.
Definitely
Don
lost that.
Hutchinson's.
Don Hutchinson's.
Don
aye.
Hutch-
I started out wanting to get, because you're a striker, wanting to get the striker, so if you're playing, but they're always at the other end of the field, so it's the centre backs would be snaffling them, so I kind of changed it. I'm going to just get all the ones I played against.
Do you ever get somebody getting somebody's shirt that you really wanted who was like a fucking sub for 2 minutes?
Aye, that's what I used to feel.
Can't be Devlin, they got Messi's.
Did they?
Aye, got
Any
Messi's in the
day you
World
thought,
Cup.
how have you got that?
Nah.
That was
If
me
I
that
was
month.
ever on the bench and came on and a strip I wanted, I would never go and ask. So I thought, because I didn't start the game, I didn't think I was deserving of asking. Because I remember we played Portugal and Figo. I'm thinking, would it be fucking cheeky as fuck just to go and ask him for his
Fuck,
tip?
I'd be
I
like,
I only come on for 5 minutes.
I've done it once.
But
I was warming up next to Lampard and
Remember
I
you
asked
saying
him,
that?
aye.
And did you get it? Huh?
I got his, aye.
That's brilliant.
I remember
was
thinking
saying
at the
my
time
boys,
boys would be fuming, but who cares?
my chance in the
Lampard.
first.
Has anybody ever asked you for your
Aye,
strip?
I know. It's up in my living room. It's up in my living room next to the canvas of the Waynes.
Did anybody actually ask you, Kenny, for your tap?
That one Italy game, it was in, wasn't it actually San Siro one, it was another one we played, Materazzi asked
Did he, aye?
for Magic, but I got his, that, and then I got Nesta's at the end of it. So I got two of that day, double dunter.
That's in Neston Maldini you've
What a
got.
back three he's got.
Cannavaro as well.
Back four.
Italian all-time back four.
Gilardino actually asked as well. Once we were playing that
The
in that
striker
same
for
game,
Milan.
that Champions League game at Celtic Park.
He asked you.
Aye.
Big Wolves fan back in the day, wasn't it?
He's a closet Wolves fan. Right.
Mate, honestly, couldn't believe how angry Mowbray was when I came in with Modric's strip. Like, he was raging. None of the other players were raging, mate, but he was fucking raging, man.
I can remember you telling that.
You feel like handing it back.
It was only on for 10 minutes, mate, and he says, I seen you Dave was running about asking Modric for his strip. Weren't even interested in getting on the ball, mate. He was proper fizzing, man.
Yeah.
He's like, how the fuck have you got that strip?
He wanted it, didn't he?
Oh.
He was clearly wanting it.
Right, Celtic v Kilmarnock. How bad are Celtic just now, and how much a worry is it, Kev?
It's definitely a worry, because if your manager comes out after the game and says we expected to lose a late goal, it's been happening too often.
Well, we nearly got away with one, he
I
said.
nearly got away with one as well. That to me, if you're a Celtic fan, doesn't ring confidence. I kind of felt like Kilmarnock would get something. Obviously last week.
What, before the game or during?
No, I was listening to the radio. It was on. It was a live game on the radio, and I thought the first half sounded okay, without actually creating too many chances. And then the second half, Stevie Craig kept talking about like Kilmarnock are doing this, Kilmarnock are doing that, and I thought this just sounds very similar to the time that Kilmarnock beat them down at Rugby Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this just sounds very, very similar. Kilmarnock's decided to have a go, get in their faces, put balls in the box. Don't get me wrong, the goal that Kilmarnock scored to win the game, the boy Bernabé.
Bernabé,
defending.
terrible,
Has to be way better than that.
That's the Barisic book back post defending that.
But could Brendan Rodgers not have went and thought, right, why don't I put Scales on it, put Scales over to the left and put maybe Navrowski on or something? If Kilmarnock putting loads of balls, put a bit more height across the back four. But the fact that Watson scores, how tall's Watson?
No tall, I know.
Yeah.
Not tall, like, shouldn't he be losing a goal fast? But saying that, and credit to Kilmarnock, they had a couple of chances where Joe Hart's had to pull off some unbelievable
Kilmarnock
saves.
proper got after Celtic, didn't it?
Kilmarnock, Derek McInnes clearly has got an idea of how he thinks he can get a result against Celtic, and so far so good. He's what he's took, 4 points out of.
Beat them twice.
Beat them twice,
Cup,
beat them in the
beat them in
cup.
the league.
Cup.
Where do you see the main problems for Celtic in terms of how they're playing, Kenny? Is it the slow, passive football?
I think the players have been brought in and they've been used to playing a certain way for the last couple of years, and full of energy, quick, aggressive, intense. Brendan probably wants to have by the way, Celtic still had control under Ange, but maybe they were that little bit quicker and maybe looking to attack, whereas Brendan clearly wants a wee bit more control. By the way, I also think the players are not playing as well. I think that's got to come into it as well. Like you can't level it all at the manager. Yeah. You know, if the manager wants you to play a certain way, he's not making every decision for you. You can still, if they want to play forward quicker, they can still choose to do it. Like if Kyogo's still making his moves and Matt O'Reilly wants to try and find them, he's not going to no do it because Brendan Rodgers is telling him not to do it. You know, I still think the players have got to take a responsibility as well. But there's something no right, and I think it's the whole thing surrounding it. You know, you're saying there, Brendan Rodgers saying, or there was a feeling that they might get something. I think that's been there with Celtic at the moment, and I think it's within the stands as well, that they're sitting there, they've seen this game a million times. 1-0, they might get pegged back, and there's this general kind of feeling that they could give something up, and sure enough they did. It's more drop points, and it's gave the advantage to Rangers now.
You need to watch what you're saying, 'cause you're playing them this weekend.
I know, we'll get the best version next week.
But do you think there is a feeling amongst other teams now you could go at the Celtic team and you can get a result? Whereas last year it would be the last.
I feel like they're not killing teams off when they've got the opportunity. I think a lot of games recently where they've scored really early, right? And they've no went on and got that second goal. But then I think when they have went on and got the second, I think the Rangers game at home when they won 2-1, when they got the second goal, you think, right, game over. The minute Tavernier puts that free kick at the top bins, they folded, they crumbled, and Rangers maybe nearly. So there's a you know,
a wee bit fragile.
They're a bit fragile. There's a naivety there somewhere. There's a bit of anxiety. And the crowd as well are starting to make more noise than they've ever done. And you think of the Celtic success over, I don't know how many years it's been, but since Rangers, obviously, 10 years, 12 years, Celtic's won title after title, cup after cup, League Cup after whatever. So it's all been good. Now there's a bit of pressure. It's like, who's big enough to rise up and stand up to it? So
how do they change it?
But I think it definitely is a combination of a few things. Like Kenny's right in terms of the manager, personnel, players not playing as well. You look at the likes of Alistair Johnson, Greg Taylor's the two main ones that I've referenced for last year. So consistent week in, week out. Not quite hit the levels. But
McGregor as well?
I think I actually thought he was really good at the weekend. But for the most part, I don't think he's probably, you could argue he's been the best player in the league for the last sort of 4, 5, 6 years. I don't think he's been the Callum McGregor that we've seen last year. But you almost felt like after January, because there was so much pent up frustration, that Celtic had to be perfect. They had to win every game. They couldn't drop points, but they had to play well. And see, when you actually look at the games, even though we've been winning, Ross County 1-0 at home, scored in the first minute and then couldn't score another goal for the full game. Hibs at Easter Road, Hibs battered Celtic in the second half. I mean, it was...
But that's the thing though, Andy, it's creeping into their game now. It was Kilmarnock away back at Rugby Park months ago. Second half, Kilmarnock just ran over the top of them. Aberdeen, Pittodrie, second half, Aberdeen come out, have a go, like they're probably the better team. Hibs, second half the game. Yesterday, Saturday, the second half. It's when, see if a team gets on top of them, I expect a Celtic team with the qualities that they've got to kind of readjust and take control back of the game at this moment in time, and I think it's everything that's surrounding it. Because see if you'd flipped that, you're talking about 1-0. Rangers were like that last year. They'd win one, I remember a Dundee Cup game, and it was, the boos and after the win was incredible. See if Rangers were to win 1-0 like that now, there's a different vibe surrounding the team. Whereas Celtic, there is this kind of... Do
you think that affects us, Kenny, with just like how the fans are?
I just think it affects the whole thing, Si, to be honest with you. I think there's a feeling at Celtic at the moment that they're starting all right. You know, and it's even the kind of comments from within when you're talking about, oh, well, we got away with one or we expected Kilmarnock maybe to get... That's no the kind of noises you've heard for Celtic over the last kind of 10 years or so. They would be running over the top of teams and putting 3s and 4s past. And like Ken says, they have had chances, you know, but they're no putting teams to the sword, you know. And when somebody gets on top of them, like that Rangers game, the last Old Firm, Celtic won 2-1, and they deserved to win. But see when Rangers were down to 10 men as well, by the way, Liam Balogun's off, but see when the goal went in, like they were hanging on. In their control of their game, they were passing the ball at the pitch, they were panicking. That's not what you've seen from any Celtic, whether it be Brendan's Celtic team, Angie's Celtic team. You've not seen that for them for a long time, and I do think there has to be some reason behind that. I'm not saying players are buckling under the pressure of the fans, I'm not saying that, but at the moment there's not a great feeling, and it's clearly there's something not right, because the performances are not where they've been, the levels have not been, the players' levels are not at the levels that they've been at for the last, you talk about Cal McGregor, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They're not quite at that level, you know, and maybe teams do sense blood. They're staying in the game, you know, because Celtic are still probably better than first half. But they've maybe got this, you know what, see if we can just stay in it. Something could happen. You know, something could give. And at the moment, something is given.
We just need a couple of chances to foot Harry Payton this weekend, didn't they?
Oh, I know. Old Harry still kind of got a goal. But, listen, I think they need to attack in Carter Vickers back.
Yeah, big players.
I really do. I still find it baffling at the start of the season we were questioning whether Hattati was going to be in Celtic's 11. Because for me, he's such a big player for them, and I just think he's industrious. You're talking about energy levels. His energy levels alone, I just think makes a massive difference. I don't know if you've seen the goal back. We're talking about Burnaby's defending, which is poor for the goal, but Celtic's reaction when they lose the ball at the edge of the box in the 92nd minute when they're 1-0 up, there was 2-3 players just sort of jogging back into position.
I was going to say the passive comment. I think they're more passive off the ball than they are on the ball. You try to get the ball back. See if you actually watch the goal, Yang has got a chance to go and put pressure on the ball. I have a feeling stands and let somebody hit. Welsh's attempt to the ball. Ralston doesn't get to stop the cross, and then Burnaby's...
I think that's a big difference in their team though. I think the
last year 100%.
Off the ball, you know that they're really aggressive.
Is that instruction, Kenny, though? Because you can see when you see Tottenham play now, as soon as they lose the ball, it's a reaction, they're aggressive to win it back. I didn't see it in Celtic's team this year, so is that players or is that instruction?
I don't think that would be something that Brendan wouldn't want, with the level of coach that he is. Like pressing,
and his first Celtic
off the
team
ball, intensity.
After off
were
the
they
ball,
a team that would get the ball cut back quickly when they come in?
Maybe no, I wouldn't say maybe not quite at the levels we've seen at because you've got a Maeda and a Kyogo. But they still got after teams.
But you've still got they two in the team, and they're maybe not doing that as well. So if it's an instruction, it's an instruction. Or are they choosing maybe no to be quite at that level that they're at? You know, they're not quite at the top of their game.
But you know what they did this year? They never done under Ange. They pressed in a 4-4-2 under Rodgers. They never done that under Ange.
They done it with Ange sometimes. They did.
The first press was sometimes a 4-4-2.
In general play. Especially the biggest notice was because obviously they don't have as much of the ball as the Champions League in terms of their out of possession press is 100% different. But see, fundamentally, mate, the only difference is now we've got a title challenge for the first time in years.
Well, there's pressure now.
There's a title challenge between both teams because. I don't think anyone can sit here and say Rangers definitely going to win the league. I think it's going to be tight between both teams. I think that, again, I just thought January was going to be massive for both teams, and I thought if Rangers got that number 9, I would have probably made them favourites. But the one thing I think Rangers have got that Celtic maybe don't is that defensive record, especially away from home, where you just don't think the place. I know we'll get to the Rangers.
So comfortable even at 1-0, didn't they?
They played St Johnstone 3 times and they come on and they've not conceded a shot on target in 3 games. And that's the difference for me with Rangers doing it away from home. their clean sheet record. I think it's maybe 5, but it's 4 or 5 goals you conceded away from.
4 goals, aye.
So where do you stand on the Imagine? Because like you said, that radio on Saturday night, there was a lot of calls for his head.
It's too much.
There is a lot of calls for his head, and it's always a bit.
But how many good performances, 90-minute performances, would you say you've seen for Celtic this year?
I think
on one hand,
Atletico Madrid's been the best for me in the Champions League.
Aye.
Yeah.
Domestically,
they still lose the game. I know.
No, they draw the game.
But
Domestically, there's not been many games where you've walked away and thought, oh wow, Celtic were bang at it there for 90
They were
minutes.
very good for the 70-75 minutes against Rangers in the last game.
Aberdeen at home, they battered them 5-0.
Aye,
There's been
that's
games, but again, is it that consistency level that you're expecting?
What about Ida? What do you think? What do you make him?
I think he's okay by that. Again, he's what,
Just
5-6 games into a Celtic career. He's different. I think he's that kind of similar, not similar, but he's maybe more like a Giacomakis than he is a Kyogo. But I think he's done pretty. He is quick. He is quick. So that's what, and he brings size. I thought he came on. This Aberdeen, I think, was his first game. He came on. I thought it was really good. I came on. I think he takes the ball in and he can turn and he's got pace and he's got power.
But he can occupy centre half.
Is he a finisher though? That's not like it to me. No. This is that header, didn't it?
But I think by all accounts on Saturday he was one of the better ones. By all accounts he had a decent enough game on Saturday, but Celtic just, like, people we go back to the phone calls thing, people are saying it's a crisis and blah blah blah. There's 2 points in it with 2 Old Firm games ago. It's not a crisis.
I know, Celtic, but the clear, mate, when
Celtic just, I know
7 clear.
That happens. Celtic just need to sort themselves out and get a solid performance under the belt and take it there. Both the Old Firm have got tough games coming. I think Celtic's away to Motherwell Sunday, then they've got
Dundee at home.
Dundee at home, and the Hearts
away. Would you agree that Celtic are getting worse and Rangers are getting better?
Rangers just, what Rangers are, whether they're getting better or not, Rangers is becoming more consistent side.
They've been better in the last 5 or 6 games.
I haven't watched enough to say are they, but what I'm seeing is
they've got momentum behind them.
They've got momentum. They're scoring goals. They're not winning games 1-0. It's 2, 3, 4s every other week.
But again, like you talk about the narrative in terms of how a club's doing and the sort of vision we're at. Rangers' first 30 minutes yesterday was dross, wasn't it? It was a drab, and then the first bit of quality in the game, they go 1-0 up. But again, if that's Celtic for the first half an hour, you're absolutely
that's what I'm saying.
This is horrific.
At Ibrox last midweek, Aberdeen, it was 1-1 at half time, by the way, and it was a battering. And Rangers actually played really, really well. 1-0, Miovski then scores late in the half, gets to go first real attack that they've had. It wasn't even an attack, it was a launch ball forward that Miovski scores. But seeing we're an hour gone, that place normally could have been tension, there could have been anxiety, nerves, by the way, frustration that, oh well, we need to win. There was complete calmness. The fans, it's like, so what you're saying maybe is within the stands at Celtic Park, at Ibrox, there's a belief that the team are going to get the job done, and they're then showing that to the players with their support on it, you know, and they believe in the man at the helm now. They feel they've got a proper manager at the helm, and the team go 1. It was only 2-1, but it was so comfy. It was as easy a game I've seen against Aberdeen, to be honest with you. Like, there was just so much control. But I think that
Ross County was the probably the biggest doing I've seen this season for any team. Ross 43 shots on goal.
Well, I'm going to come to Rangers in a minute, but again, similar question. What do Celtic do to turn it around? It isn't like they can bring back a Carter Vickers or a Tati.
Well, Carter Vickers is soon, isn't he? I think he's...
Carter Vickers is possible this weekend. And they're saying Tati for March.
But in an attacking sense, how are they going to start scoring more goals?
It's
How are they going to start going?
Carter Vickers back and a Tati back, but these guys are going to take 2 or 3 games to get back up to speed, especially a Tati, because he's been like stop the whole season. I don't know. It's a very, very difficult situation they're in. I think Carter Vickers coming back will give them a massive boost defensively. But the problem's going forward. It's not scoring enough goals. He's obviously playing 2 up front now with Ida and Kyogo kind of off him. Kyogo's obviously scored a goal out of nothing again. Yeah.
But again, it's that thing. He's put Kyogo up and at the 10 and he's dropped O'Reilly back next to McGregor. Now you're not really getting the best out of O'Reilly, are you?
No. He's still getting chances already. He did have a good couple of chances at the weekend as well, where he could have scored.
But the numbers he's getting now, Kenny, playing that further back, he knows what he was getting earlier on in the season.
And again, that's where, like, there's been, by the way, fans for forever, for Celtic and Rangers, 2 up front, 2 forwards, go 2 up front. Ange was never going to do it. I didn't actually think Brendan would have done it either. But there is also the case that you need to get your best players on the team. And Kyogo is clearly one of Celtic's best players. And he feels that Ida maybe brings them something different up front as well. So he's now, as much as it's no a 4-4-2 and putting 2 forwards, he's now got 2 strikers in the team. That does change the way you're going to play. It does change the way that midfield is going to work and operate in terms of rotating. Because again, as much as O'Reilly, McGregor, Hatate or Turnbull or Bernardo, they're all they all can be deep and be involved in the play and help McGregor in terms of getting the play built, and then the other one can be further. Kyogo's now like a 10.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like a 4-2-3-1 if
They looked like they
4-2-3.
struggled to play it for the back when Kilmarnock went and put pressure on them, didn't they? McGregor wasn't in that sitter, he was more as a two-way O'Reilly, and they looked like they really struggled to get out of Kilmarnock's press.
Well, there was that one clip, wasn't there, when I think you could just see it already set up that Kilmarnock are going to trigger every single pass, because Celtic, it was just like a sort of domino, wasn't it? Like, oh, I'll get you the next guy.
Yeah,
and then they're jumping, then I'll get you the next guy, and then he's just jumping. There wasn't like, it didn't look as if it was quite designed, it was a bit erratic at the time. But I think there is a stigma with fans that if you play two strikers, that means you're more attacking. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't mean you're more attacking at all. It just means you've got two strikers on the pitch.
The biggest,
and nobody's watching Man City and saying that they're 4-3-3, they're less attacking than a team that plays 4-4-2. That's not the case.
The biggest thing is that they've chucked away a lead, and the boy Clement's come on, not really batted an eyelid, never said too much, never said we're going to do this, we're going to do that. He's went about his business very quietly and slowly, gradually picked up results, and Rangers fans have just bought into that and just trusted the process, whereas Celtic's gone the other way, and now it's like the two have collided and one's went over top the other one. And do I see Celtic coming back from this? I think it's going to be difficult. I genuinely think it's
just
going to be
with the general feeling about
just with the general feeling around the club. I think the noise from the fans can affect players. It's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. I experienced it at Sunderland, I experienced it at Coventry, where crowds on your case, and it takes a special kind of person to ignore it, but it's there. You can hear it. It's tough.
Have you ever been on top doing alright and then somebody's got to change it and go on top?
It happens all the time,
Still
mate.
enjoy it, don't you?
You go on top, you get
it's
comfortable, there's no hassles, you change a position or two and it just goes to shit.
Right, we need to give Kelly a bit of credit as well.
Mate,
What
Kelly
a job Derek McInnes has done. Come on, do you know what? See, when Dell probably came in, it probably would have been a backs to the wall job, but just how he's evolved the club, they're now going to Celtic Park, pressing high up the pitch.
And avoided their teams in terms of personnel, because I don't think there's a team in the league that's done better recruitment this year than Kilmarnock.
And how he's built his squad's incredible, isn't it? Van Veen and Greg Stewart coming off the bench for him.
Like, even in the summer, like you're talking about guys that he knows and have done well in the league in terms of Marley Watkins and Matty Kennedy. Then he's got Robbie Dees, who's played 200 games for Inverness. Stuart Finlay, who's been a success at Kilmarnock previously. And then it comes to January. Mail's been excellent.
Sensational.
And then you look at the January transfer window, don't get Greg Stewart and Kevin Van Veen.
I know.
So the one sort of question mark you had about Kelly was, if Vassell get injured, can Marley Watkins be that one guy that's going to get them 5, 10, 15 goals that they need? Well, it's at the window now because they brought in two strikers that, for me, could start for any team outside Old Firm in the league, in Greg Stewart and Kevin Van Veen. So they've just got options across the pitch now. And like you said, deserve so much credit, not even just the result, but the way they approached the game, the way they played. Because Joe Hart was probably the more active at the two goalies, and I think Kelly had more shots on target than Celtic. So,
incredible job, like we say. Where do you see Kilmarnock finishing? I think Hearts have pretty much tied up third. Can Kelly challenge a fourth?
I think they will be fourth.
Squad.
Do you think so? Aye. I think now, again, they've always had that sort of hard to beat side about them. The big thing last year was their away record. I think now they've improved on that. And I think they've just got so many options and quality going forward that I think they'll finish fourth. We
interviewed Dell not that long ago. Said the one thing the boy Watson needs to add to his game is goals, and he's starting to do that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like a
great
player,
energy. Yeah. Arrives in the box well. I mean, he missed a few chances, but at least he's getting in there. He's showing the energy and the desire to actually get there, because he's got great legs, you know. So he's going to get himself back. He puts his shift in. He's still a young player, you know, but when you're adding not just goals, but big goals. Had a big goal against Aberdeen, big goal at the weekend.
Scored against Celtic last year as well.
Yeah,
I think he's again, he never even started at the weekend, you know, so that shows you where their strength is. I mean, the recruitment's he's done great. He's got a real good, strong squad there where, like you say, he comes on and actually scores an equaliser at Celtic Park. You know, I think he's been great. I watched him at the start of the season and I thought this boy's got a chance. But he's had a brilliant season.
He's still got that tape on his wrist. He needs to stop it. Get yourself a bird, man. Stop doing that.
There's a few of them with that I've noticed.
Who else is bad for it?
Danny
Armstrong always takes
he looks like he's one of the boys.
There's another one we don't mention, Danny Armstrong, how good he is.
Really good, isn't he?
They're just a good side, but they just need to be a bit more consistent, because they get big results against like Celtic 1-1, and then they'll go and chuck away a 2-goal lead against Hibs or something like that.
That's again, you've got to understand where they're at, though.
Exactly.
It's Kilmarnock, you know, like they're not going to go in 3, 4, 5, 6 winning games. They've got their. I mean, they're really stable. They're hard to play against. They'll get their big results. I mean, they've beat Rangers and Celtic. Beat Celtic twice this year. You know, so they beat Rangers on opening day, and they deserved it as well. So, but they can get carried away, and expectations will rise if they finish 4th or 5th or whatever. But there also still needs to be a bit of realism of where they're at. You've got Hibs, and Aberdeen who are having shocking seasons. You know, they need to address that, and if they do, they should be finishing above Kilmarnock.
Yeah. Mad, I'm sitting thinking, watching that Celtic game on Sports Scene Celtic. That Celtic last year beat them 6-0 at Rugby Park. I remember thinking it could have been 10-0.
It could have been 10-0.
I remember it.
It was like 4-0 at half time.
Yeah.
It's mad how quickly football can turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, does that not come down to managers?
I think it's, for me, it is a combination of a few things.
Yep.
I think personnel in terms of players as well, probably not being at their best. It can't all be levelled at Brendan Rodgers, can't all be levelled at off the pitch, can't all be levelled at
you factor in the same scenarios going on at Sunderland where Michael Beale's left, got things for Rangers, he's went to Sunderland. Sunderland fans weren't too keen on having Michael Beale. When Brendan Rodgers came back to Celtic, there was some that were happy with that appointment, but there was also a lot that weren't happy and thinking maybe we need to move away from this. So Brendan Rodgers coming back in, I don't think he was the fans were fully 100%, every one of them on board with the decision. So there's always been a wee bit of noise.
I think that was because the way he left, Kev. I don't think it was ever because of what his rights as a man.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think more so with Brendan, and I just think that there's always been a wee bit of noise, and the first chance they get to jump on him, this is what's happening, and it's a bit of both. 100% is both, because it has to come from the manager. He picks a team every week, sets them up to play better, and players have got to take responsibilities.
2 points?
2 points.
2 points. I think it's going to. I genuinely think it will go down to the last game or two of the season.
Do you, Andy?
Aye.
Based on what would you think Celtic will turn this round and start?
I think they've got too much quality now, and I think Rangers are in a great space at the moment. I think that I can't see them dropping many points. But can you really? I know that they're not in the best sort of moment now, but do you think that Celtic are going to drop points in another 4 or 5 games? I don't. But
listen, they could. But I mean, you look at the next 2 games again. You're Motherwell and you are Dundee. Like, they need to just go win. Like, this is nothing new for Celtics or Rangers. You need, if you want to win leagues, and it is tight. The one thing within Celtic is that I know Rangers won the league a couple of seasons back now, but there's not been a tight race. You know, I always remember when I was in the ball, and I would say we just need to try and stay close and just ask them the question. You know, like from a Rangers perspective, we're just thinking, you know what, they might be better and they've got more money, but can we just ask them the question to see if they've got the balls for the fight? You know, see if they've got it. We're just never able to do it because, listen, we weren't ready to do it. But this Rangers team are, and they have asked the question, and at this moment in time, guys, right, it's like you're saying, oh, some people didn't want Brendan. There was a wee bit of opposition, but crazily, by the way, because he's one of the best managers out there. You know,
3 trebles.
It's incredible, you know. But again, it was because of how he left. But there was opposition. So see if you've got that kind of narrative surrounding you, and there's people out there waiting for you to fail. Your own supporters potentially wanting that, not wanting it, but I knew it. You know, you've always got these guys. I knew we shouldn't have brought him back, and all this kind of. I mean, it's not a good place to be. You know, and at this moment in time, that's the exact feeling that. For the outside looking in, that's what it feels like is surrounding Celtic at the moment. They've got an unbelievable manager at the helm. I'll say that, and I'll stand by it. It's not quite working at the moment. That doesn't make him a bad manager. You know, so you say, how do they turn it? Well, they need to find a way quick because they've got, 13 games left to try and overturn. By the way, it's Rangers title to lose now. Yeah. Like with 2 points, 2 points clear. There'll be 2 huge Old Firm games. Will they decide it? Maybe. But the way it's going at the moment, like, you could see Celtic drop more points at the moment. Just
see for a manager as well, like, come on, it is much easier to come into a team that are doing really bad and you flip it. Brendan Rodgers coming into a team that were so successful.
It's easier.
I would draw I would.
Is there a thing with Brendan Rodgers that some of the players are going, well, why don't we just play how we played last season now?
I think it's hard to say, unless you're in the door. But
yeah.
So there's elements of that game Saturday when you watch some of the passes through the gaps, through the lines.
It's good stuff. There's good stuff there.
And then Keel goes wee flicks through the corner. It's amazing. The problem is when they do all that and they get to that final third, they're not taking chances. Yeah. If McGregor slips it in, Palmer goes and puts it in, that's Celtic then 2-0 up, I think it is at that point. That's game over for me.
And whether managers
are no killing teams off.
And whether managers or players will ever admit it, which they won't, sometimes it is just into confidence. And is there are Celtic full of confidence when they're playing now? Maybe that's a different question. But like I said, I still think there's too much quality in their team that this hasn't gone down to the wire still. Okay,
comfortable afternoon for Rangers, as you said. Hard to see this slip up coming for this team.
I think two of the next 4.
2 hard games coming.
They've got Hearts obviously next week, who are.
Is that Hearts at home or away, Andy?
Hearts at home, Kilmarnock away.
But Rangers games against Hearts at Ibrox have been close. Like recently, I think there's been a couple of instances there was 1 5-0 game, but for the most part, and then they go to Rugby Park in a couple of weeks as well. So listen, you don't. A big thing I say about Rangers is you don't fancy them to concede goals, which I think when it comes to the end of the season, I always feel like
win the league, you say.
I always feel like when you look at the table at the end of the season, who's conceded the least goals wins the league, and I think that is what Rangers have got going for them at the moment. I still think, again, I've touched on it. I think that one guy up front, because for me, Fabio Silva's looked decent, but is he going to get you 10 goals for at the end of the season? I've not seen it so far that he will. Dessers again. A couple of positions that he finds he's selling, you're expecting him to score, doesn't. But again, I think Diamandi's going to be top.
Aye, he's a good player.
I think he'll be very.
We've not John for a while, so I wanted to ask you, what are the differences you've seen that Clement's brought to this Rangers team?
I just think he's getting more out of the group. You know, I think he's gave everybody a lift. His man management. I think when he came in, what was it, start of October, end of September, he still had 3 months till the transfer window. So the first order of business was to get more out of that group of players, because there's nothing that can be done about it. You know, and he's done that. He's taken them up, and now what they've done gradually is they've just built momentum. You know, they're a winning machine now. It's just a winning machine. They're just winning. You know, listen, I was reading Big Boydie this morning about it, and he's talking about it's given him a feeling of kind of back when Walter was our gaffer, that did we talk about buildings and passing and playing? No, we need to win leagues. We need to win leagues. To win leagues, you need to win 28 games a season. So we need to go win. And he says he's saying he's getting that kind of. The comparisons are unfair, but he's getting that kind of feeling. And there you go. The record speaks for itself. 18 league games, 54 points, 49 points out of 54. That wins your leagues. Yeah. You know, so whether you're playing pretty stuff. By the way, that pitch yesterday, and I think the pitch at St Mirren a couple of weeks ago, was not maybe conducive for actually playing beautiful, fast, free-flowing football. But there's no an excuse. We'll just have to go and win.
You know, and that's like his hair before he got that.
that's his message, you know, and and the players are carrying it out.
What about in terms of style of play? What is it? How do Rangers play now under Clement?
Well, they definitely attack quicker than they did against when it was Michael Beale. And listen, sometimes it is control, sometimes it is possession based, but sometimes they're not scared to turn.
Going behind
sometimes it's as simple as that.
I think it's a variety in the way they attack. They've got all options that you say: turn it behind, get to the byline, take balls to far stick, slip balls into people. It's just a variety of everything.
Well, the first 20-25 minutes, for me, it was 100% a game plan, because you've seen Connor Golson 2-3 times try and clip it in behind for Scott Wright, and by the way, it ran out for goal kicks. But then there was one where Lundstrom gets into half turn, plays over to Cortez. A better touch, he's 1-on-1 with a goalie.
It was actually a really good touch.
It was a good touch, but in terms of just pushing it in front and gets 1-on-1 with a goalie. So for me, if they'd done that 4 or 5 times at the start of a game, it tells me it probably is a message. Yeah. But then the second half, and again, people talk about it, that right to play football and that right to earn the right to go and get on the ball. Second half was just complete control when it. St Johnstone just never really got in Rangers' box. They then create a lot more chances. And you talk about just winning football games. They 1-0 up at half time, they take off a winger and bring on a fullback at right wing. So again, it was that sort of solidifying what you've got. But Dujon Sterling ends up being a threat for the rest of the game, should score, wins a penalty, has a couple of chances. But then second half, you talk about that winning machine. Once they were 1-0 up, you just never felt that Rangers were going to.
Well, I think that's 19 games they've taken the lead, and there's 19 wins. So when they score first, they win. That's it. It's as simple as that. They don't get pegged back, they score 1 games.
And he looks like he's got his recruitment spot on. Diamandi looks like a player. Cortez looks like a player.
I like the two of them, I like the two of them. I think Diamandi's looked pretty good. I thought he was quite quiet actually in the game. He scored a wonderful goal. Thought he was, I know it was air in the cup, but I thought he looked really, really good. And that I thought he was quite quiet.
See, my thing with Bill Kenny is he's not played since November in the cup. For me, the thing I took away from yesterday was how much energy he had. Like, covered every blade of grass.
The good thing about it, he gets in that box as well. You know, so he scored a goal from outside the box, but see, even in there, he was just arriving in that box for cutbacks, for crosses. Looks a player. I like Cortez. I think if given time, I think he kind of wraps Matondo, Sima, Scotty Wright all into one. I think he's got real composure, he's got dribbling ability, he's got good balance, he's got pace, he's got that 1v1 ability where he can go. I think given time and the game time, I think he could be a right good winger.
Well, are you did any coaching, Kenny? Is that
no,
just looking to get back into Fozzie's thing? Desperate to get back into?
Aye. It's it's tough, you know. You need to be patient with it. You either need to get an opportunity to go and take a team, or you need somebody to get an opportunity and bring in.
There might be a job coming up soon, making Dora under 9s. The manager's on a sugarly peg. The fans
toiling the fans against them, are they?
I think the chairman was at the game Saturday, wasn't he?
Aye, but
toiling.
I'll hang in there.
2 draws, mate. 2 draws.
We'll talk a garden leave.
Fozzie was over South Korea, wasn't he? With Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yep.
Some job back.
Brilliant, aye.
So what was he then, just sitting in the house when Jurgen Klinsmann phoned him?
I think he'd been on him for a bit, to be fair, but he was kind of just playing it. He was playing it depending on where he was at that time. But when it came around and he still wasn't back in, why would you not go? You know, go and work with Klinsmann, with South Korea, go work with the players, the quality that they've got, experience a major tournament. So it was a brilliant one thing he's had. Really enjoyed it.
See the coaching, Kenny, obviously you've been in coaching, helping as an assistant. Would you like to try and do it yourself as a manager, or are you... I'm not trying to replicate the idea of how Barry Ferguson, when he went in the lower leagues and did it at the bottom, it was like, well, why is he going down there? Well, sometimes you have to start somewhere, because if you can't get that opportunity there, you have to go there. Would something like that interest you? Because obviously there's a lot of the lower league, like second division clubs and stuff. Obviously seen Clyde just change, like Ian McCall coming in there, and are you looking for the right fit, or will it get to a point where you're going to just have to take a chance? No,
well, we're at a point where you just need to take a chance, but it's like, you say, you still need to get in front of these guys. Yeah. You still need somebody who want to give you the job, and this is like, it's not just hard. Like, you don't. For me anyway, I don't want somebody just to hand me a job. If somebody wants to do it, no problem. But by the way, I'd love the opportunity to get the job. Yeah. You know, and then it's up to me to make you believe that I'm the man to take your club forward. Yeah. If that's going to be what it is, you know. But I've enjoyed working in Australia initially with Robbo. Working with Foz was sensational. At Huddersfield, brilliant level, obviously. But you need an opportunity, so you need somebody either say, do you want to come and work with me and help and hopefully take the team forward, or somebody needs to say, yep, this is the guy to take my club forward. And it's hard to even get in front of these guys, you know. So you've just got to be patient, mate. You've got to stick at it. Listen, you know me. You've been with me for a number of years. That I'm not going away. I'm hungry to get in and be a manager, be a
fasting for 72 hours.
I was starving that 3 days. I was starving. But it's funnily enough, wasn't it? But you get to that third day, you're all right. But so desperate to go back in and start kind of working through that process. It's like being a player again, isn't it? You come in as a young kid in the YTS or the ground staff or the academy. You've got to try and go through the steps. You've got to do it again.
On Diamonde, we've asked boys this in the past, but you've not been on for a while again. Was there a signing that you've been at a club where the first day you could just tell straight away he was a top player?
It's hard.
I know one that you used to talk about. Pedro Mendes.
Oh, Pedro, man, what a player, man. Like,
first day.
But you know what, I knew before, you know, you'd watched him play in the Premier, but see when he comes in, by the way, he's still a player now. See when we play these wee kind of charity games or the Masters work, you know what he was the best at? This is what people will never know, really. He's the best at reading where the ball's going to go I've ever seen. Like, so somebody's trying to actually go and he just nicks passes. You don't see him really tackle. He just blocks passes off. But as a player, he's outside of the foot pass and very rarely uses his left foot. I mean, what a player. I mean, you, again, knew that before he came in. By the way, Jelavic, I knew Jelavic straight away.
See, first day, what was a typical Rangers training session? Would it be like boxes, passing, dual possession games? Yep. And in every single drill you could just tell that they were incredible.
Pedro was just dead right, you know, so his passing was bang on. But he's one of the guys, when you're talking about young Lennon Miller and the awareness of what, I mean, Pedro just knew what he was doing before. He probably, maybe 3 passes before it even got to him, he already knew what he was doing. You know, so he was a joy to play. Davo was like that as well, though. Davo was absolutely sensational.
What about the Jelavic one? That's interesting. Like, how did you know that?
You know what, I knew when he came that we would be a good partnership. I just had a
after his first week,
just the way we were kind of, I mean, he got an injury. He got a bad injury, obviously, against Hearts at Tynecastle. It was a bad tackle, actually. Somebody's backtracking him. Was it? You're right. That's what it was. It was a bad tackle, and he was out for a couple of months, 2-3 months, so it kind of knocked the partnership a wee bit. But the start of it, I think he actually assisted quite a few matches. That's the start of that season. I'd been on fire, but he was a big part of it. You know, he was a brilliant first kind of month or so in the building. You knew he was going to be a really good player.
Could you tell you and Mo Kamara were going to have that good a relationship?
I knew Mo for those, I played with Mo.
You killed Celtic telling him to sign Mo Kamara.
I told him to sign Naylor. That was a double agent one. I told him to sign Naylor.
That's how you did. Naylor wasn't too bad. I want to talk to you, Kev. Sunderland documentary. Third one's really good.
I've not watched it.
No, it's in depth. It doesn't go into the dressing room and stuff like that, but it's good to see them, the ending that they got with it, because the first 2 were so depressing, wasn't it? How bad the football club state they were in. It's really good. He's watched it?
No,
I've not watched it either.
Killed your question here, but I've not seen it either.
Oh, it's really good. And it's wee Alec Neil that gets him up in it.
I know, I can't believe he left.
No. Why did he leave? Did he leave to go to Stoke?
He left to go to Stoke. I heard he was a bit of a mercenary, so that's just...
What is that?
He's sticking up for the Sunderland again, man.
He says the cash.
We know you played for
cash.
Yeah, but
cash is king.
He's getting offered more money to go and do...
I know, but...
What you want me to say? No, I'll stay here for less dough?
But would you have stayed at Sunderland if you got offered double something?
Andy. What a club.
He's at it.
Stoke are fucking Sunderland. One of the things Sunderland's a colour.
Stoke are a bit bigger than Sunderland, eh?
No, behave yourself, man. Hand in him.
So you claim to love Condorrit, so if Sunderland came in for you tomorrow, would you?
I'm off, Condorrit can do one. Nah. I'm joking.
Mercenary.
I'm taking the wee boys with me. Right. They can go and be the under 10s.
The ball boys.
They probably beat some of them. A good side.
So Kenny, if you could pick a season for your career that you have made the most box office fly in the wall season.
There's only one season you would know what that would be.
Well, was that a Barton season?
No.
No, but Pedro. Aye, I thought that.
Oh, Pedro.
I thought that was going to be the answer.
See, for box office and moments and TV moments, that would be that season. I think if you're looking at a more Netflix quarterback type thing, the season I came back to Rangers in 2008 would have been a good one, where Celtic won the league 3 years in a row and then we won the league back on the last day of the season against Dundee. That would have been a good end to a season. Even in the Wolves promotion season would have been a good one as well. But for box office moments and drama, where would
these moments have came? Would it have been in team meetings? Would it have been in dressing rooms? Training grounds? But what would have been
and individual meetings as well?
I think
things have not came out.
I think proper.
Did you have an individual meeting?
Aye.
Were individual meetings on what you could do better technically, tactically?
I don't mean individual meetings in relation. I mean the discussions that players and managers have about certain things. Aye. There would have been some real box office moments had there been flies on the wall.
And would you have been one of those?
No much in terms of team stuff, in terms of how you can play in the team or what you can do in the team, just chats.
And then you had the media moments with the carnage, you know. It would have been.
Is that the one where the money signs come out and all that? It's in Dubai and all that?
Oh, that was the very first.
That was first.
And then we had the 300 at Pataudry. And then
I heard down to that was sensational. But they won 3-0 that day, though.
I know.
See, when you all sitting watching that, he's all tapping each other?
No, it was just one of them, like, where's it gone with this? And then fucking just the scene for 300 was looking there and it was just Pataudry just standing in the middle. It was mad. Just one of them where nobody's expecting it either.
See, like the caravan stuff and that, would that be a typical team talk for him? Would he kind of go into like mad rants? Or?
Do you know what I remember? I don't know if you can remember this. Do you remember when we were playing Killie at Rugby Park and he named our team in his press conference? He just named the starting 11. And Miles Bierman had made his first start for Rangers out in Ayware, left back, and we went and played Killie at Rugby Park the next day. And Connor, obviously, no daft, they played Connor Sam in right wing. So all he did was just zing diags onto Connor Sam for 60 minutes, and young Miles just couldn't do it, and he was tiny. But even then, I was like, why is he just named the team out in Ayware? It's mad.
Did Caixinha did he take training?
Aye.
Done every drill, took every drill?
We pretty much did do the most.
What was it? I just remember the assistant. I forgot. Helder, right.
Helder would get involved, but
was training good.
Pedro would do the majority. It was different. Again, it was that periodisation things. There were certain elements that were all right, certain elements that weren't great.
I think again that is. I shouldn't have having a go at us, but like some stuff. I think Scottish players want to work hard. They want to come into training after the session and say, that was a good session, got a sweat on, worked hard. But see, when it is a lot of like slow and like stuff, non-competitive, like no games, everyone wants games, didn't they? What's what I mean? No game. You want to have a sweat at the end, didn't you? You want to play games, a bit of competitiveness. Oh, my team beat your team, we're caning the guys that came last. You want that, I think. But maybe that's just obviously something.
So what did he do instead of game? Like keep you up competitions or something?
I didn't like the fact that in training, we would go on Monday or a Tuesday. The group would be split straight away.
The team for the weekend will play or train
that was going to be playing at the weekend. You would pretty much know on the Tuesday based on how we trained in the methodology that
Tuesday you would know that, so it wouldn't really matter how you trained though?
You wouldn't name it, but you would know it because it would be split. And then when we were doing, it wasn't kind of small side and things, if you're doing 11v11s or things, it would always be like the team and against and we've done it a lot, and what it did, it caused a bit of separation with the boys, you know. So when you're playing, like obviously the lads that are no in the team, they're wanting to do well and show I should be in the team, so there was a real edge to the play, you know, and it got to a stage where it did boil over a few times, and it was because boys just weren't happy with how the regime was working. So
do you have a favourite?
Like that. I don't even know. Listen, maybe his boys that he had to bring in, your Big Bruno or Carlos Peña. You think like Morelos came in as well, Fredo came in that year as well.
Oh, he did, that's right.
So it was like, it would have been a no bad year to.
Was there any boys that he was constantly on?
Probably us.
There was a few boys that would be on. I think Mikey O'Halloran, he would always kind of be on.
Barry Mackay was
Robbie.
Hi, Robbie.
Were you there when he called him Robbie?
Oh, I thought I was there actually.
It was Kelly as well.
Yeah. It was. That's what that would have been a good year.
He had the Baz. I remember Baz will confirm this as well. I think he's actually got a video on his phone. He had Baz out in the afternoon practicing his tackling. He's a left winger. Do you remember that? Practicing his tackling.
With Pedro though?
Pedro had him and Baz on the pitch.
So Pedro would be dribbling at him and
No. So what he would do is like like the floatable mannequins. You just bounce into.
Yeah.
He would pass it to that, and Baz had to go in and slide tackle it. And then after the slide tackle, would maybe pass a ball down the line and Baz could
Somebody
shoot.
did video. I'm sure it was
Somebody videoed it for the physio room or something like that.
What's going on here? Oh my fuck! We need to get this on video.
That's incredible.
That's a slide tackle a mannequin.
Did he ever take use it after it?
No.
Never any suggestion at that.
No.
What about you, Kev? Any season
Any what?
that you'd have videoed? I know you and Lynn have got a few videos. Any football season you would video?
Probably just the Hearts.
Hearts, I was going to say.
For the madness of Romanov.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Big Neely Collins is doing alright.
Barnsley.
Bands, isn't he?
Listen,
Like Sherman,
he should be doing all right.
He was Tampa before Robbie.
I went and watched him last summer when I was across in Florida. I went down and watched Tampa. It must have been one of his. Must have been one of his last games. No, I went to watch his team. No, play. They played Sacramento. So I went down and watched it. It was all right. It was all right. But they were flying. Both teams were flying. They were in the West Conference. I think they were the East.
Good stadium, though, innit?
It's nice.
Right in the water.
Yeah, it was absolutely howling with rain as well. We ended up leaving about half an hour to go.
Oh, fuck
it was absolute storm.
Remember when we played Charleston on holiday?
Charleston
pre-season. And it was at 40-degree
oh my
heat
God,
all week with the points like. No, initially the first day of training it was about 10:30. And the next day, like, well, I was just going to change it. So the next day it was 9:30. I was like, no, I'm going to change it again. It's just too hot. But then we were playing a friendly at the end of the week, and all the boys are just dreading it for the heat. Thunderstorms, complete downpour of rain. Never been so happy to see rain ever.
Did you win?
I think we did win, aye.
That was a good trip. That league is shite on it.
That was a good trip.
That league's shite now. We went over there pre-season and Celtic and played the American teams.
Aye. We did that. We played Charleston. Was it Charleston?
Charleston Battery, aye.
South Carolina.
I loved that pre-season trip.
Good trip.
It was unreal.
What did you love about it?
It's just America, innit? We had a day
Who's
in
it,
that big fishing boat, didn't we?
We went with someone to that same area, South Carolina, a place called Wilmington. We played, I think it was Portland Timbers or something, or Charleston Battery. It was one of the two. And after the game, the guys were like, Mick was like, right, that's pre-season finish. You go and get yourselves a wee drink and all that. So the team Wilmington were like, yeah, come back to us. We're having a big fucking pool party. And I was like,
Irish.
He's got to see that. Right? And it went back, and I swear to God, it was like a fucking scene at an American party.
Oh, brilliant.
Students everywhere.
Were you single?
Frat parties.
I was 21, 22.
You did a bit?
Oh, mate, what went on that? what went on out there?
You and Mick McCarthy, some you said.
Sean Fortin.
What, so just at a random person's house?
It was like it was somebody's house. They had a big, humongous pool area, and there was just bodies everywhere.
Oh,
it was outstanding.
See, when we trained this place we're talking about, I'll never forget. I don't know if you can remember who it was, but doing a shooting practice or something, somebody shot, and it was a fence, and like just not a pond, but you know what I mean, like an area. Remember? Yeah, they went to get the ball. Biggest big crocodiles just bounced out the water. Mate, honestly, he was like halfway of the fence, got to get this ball.
All the signs were on the fence to say no to go.
Was that under? Did Warburton gaze in at you?
We had the beach day, didn't we?
I think we could drink on the boat, but we didn't have a night out. No,
boat's not what you're after, was it?
It was actually quite good though, wasn't it?
We were on the beach for about 2 hours playing chess. It was big walled up.
Big chess. It was like a big massive.
Some fucking laugh you that playing chess on the beach.
But we were doing tactics with the chess pieces. Weren't we 4-3-3? There were 4-3-3 in the ball.
For fuck's sake. Right, talking entertainment, Aberdeen Hibs 2-2 at Pittodrie. It could have been 7 each. No a great result for either team, innit? I think that's Dundee now 5 points clear of both.
Yeah.
What have you made? You were quite critical of Warnock's appointment.
No critical of him. It was more like what kind of pathway Aberdeen try to go down. You know, like we look at the previous.
In there,
you look at the. I absolutely did not. There are the 3 previous appointments, like very inexperienced managers, young-ish, and then they go the absolute other end of the scale. And it's no. I know they're not a good. It's not a place that Aberdeen want to be in, sitting 8th or 9th or wherever they're at. But they're not in any real threat of going down, you know. Like, I just didn't see...
Putting yourself 3 months behind, really, aren't you?
Well, if it's only going to be the end of the season, and that is what it's going to be, then aye, absolutely. Why not just take your time and just go and try and get the right guy? And I know there's other things to say, well, maybe they have got the guy, so they needed a stopgap. There's no chance. That was Barry Robson was sacked on the Tuesday, and this was getting talked about on the Thursday. You know, so I just thought the direction, what's the plan? You know, where are they going with it? And I hear a lot about styles and identities and things. Well, again, does that really match up with the appointment as well? So it's
imagine they were just going down this route though, and it was like Roy Hodgson, the next manager, and then like Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
We're just getting as many old guys.
No, Kenny's right. Like Peter Leaving comes in as a caretaker manager for the first game and gets there's a great result.
Yeah.
So if you want to take your time, why not just leave it in the hands of Peter Leaving?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
That was made the point, because by the way, you can't argue with what Neil Warnock's done as a man over 44 years and 1,600 games or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
You know, like it's 8 promotions and everything. It's you look at our, like, for these two clubs that we're talking about now, Aberdeen and Hibs, like where are they going? You know, they're not going they're going nowhere fast. That's where they're going. If Aberdeen and Hibs both wanted to get into the top 6 last year, like seriously, how can that even happen? Yeah. By the way, it's taken nothing away from St Mirren or Dundee or Kilmarnock, who have had brilliant seasons, by the way. They're further behind Hearts than what Hearts are behind Old Firm.
That's crazy.
Like,
and by probably similar budgets, Kenny.
Absolutely, they will. It's actual. I think Hearts are 11 points behind the Rangers and Celtic, or Celtic at the moment. They're 22 points behind Hearts, who they probably have got. Listen, Hearts might spend a few more quid, or Aberdeen might. I don't even know what they're, but I would imagine they'll be in the same ballpark anyway.
So see, I know you might be guessing here, but where do you see Aberdeen going with their next manager?
Again, it is, I guess.
Well,
where should they go then?
The point with Warnock absolutely blows out. Nobody could possibly imagine who they're going to go for.
No now.
And
it's not someday.
They've went with 3 young players.
Yeah.
3 young guys who just basically retired, Steve Glass, Barry Robson and Jim Goodwin. Now they're going for nearly 80-year-old fucking Neil Warnock, who's had an unbelievable managerial career. So what is it they're after? They want an old school direct just to get results, or they want to try a young manager with fresh ideas?
But see, the thing is this is what I'm saying, though, like, get results. No, there's not been a win yet.
No.
You've had 2 home games and a game at Ibrox.
They won in the cup, but the cup's spun.
We're talking
about in the league, because the league, Aberdeen will not win the cup, right? They need to get in the top 6. They should be challenging Hearts for 3rd spot and being in European spots. So there's been 3 games and there's not been any win. You know, so just get results. Well, maybe Barry's results might have been better than that, like prior against that. Peter Leaving could have maybe steadied the ship after drawing against Celtic. You know, so again, like I said, I wasn't critical of Neil Warnock. It's just like, I look at our football. Absolutely. Our game gets hammered. Oh, it's the biggest, it's the gap, it's been the biggest it's ever been, and the quality is this, it's no. Well, that's what are our 2 big clubs doing, like Aberdeen and Hibs. Both of them sitting, 8th and 9th, or 7th and 8th there at the moment, struggling to get into the top 6. And by the way, by the end of the season, they might get in the top 6, and I've been talking nonsense. I'm confident I would say at least one of them won't get in the top 6. Nice. And by the way, I've said it since the start of the season. No, now, I've watched them, particularly Hibs. I've watched them a lot, and I think there's better teams in this league than them.
Was there about this time last year that Hibs played Aberdeen, that was the battle of the 2 managers getting the sack?
Was it Oxacio?
I think we won 6-0.
Yep.
I read a stat the other day that Lee Johnson's actually accumulated more points his time as a Hibs manager as what Montgomery has done.
Well, see if the appointment is somewhere in between, it'll be Joe Biden's son then, won't it? Joe Biden's son and Joe Biden.
As long as he doesn't bring a laptop, we'll be fine.
But I tell you what, for a neutral point of view, watched it was entertaining, no?
Oh, the game. It was like the red line against the dog and duck, mate, wasn't it?
Well, it had everything in terms of quality, mistakes, bad tackles, bad errors, referees,
bad fringes, big Warnock's fringes, like that's
who's the number 6 centre half for Aberdeen?
Gatterman. Holy fuck.
What, like that ball's come up and he's the big dominant centre half just to go and head it and clear it, and the wee centre forward bullies him, lays it half it wide and net the goal. I'm like,
is that not the big guy that was smashing people early on in the season?
I don't know. But
I think it's a combination. I don't know Kelly Roos's clearance.
What about the goalie, mate? What's happened to him? By the way, we were talking about him, was it last season or the start of this season?
It was outstanding, aye. Start of the season, mate. Start of the season, he started really well.
It was really,
he's got a pair of Timberlands on trying to kick a ball.
And like, obviously, naked Evelyn Stanley's mates obviously scored, but
how's that not a penalty?
What's he chasing for that? He's got to try and head the ball and misses it.
How's that not? Is that a penalty? Naked Evelyn?
Oh, it's a penalty.
It's a pen for me all day.
How's VAR?
I don't even know.
And then Marcy just punches fuck out Miovski.
By the way, I only watched it this morning. I think he got a bit of the body.
He did go, but he's fucking...
I thought he was out. Miovski was doing like that, like shoulders slumped, didn't he?
Big Marshall's a quiet big guy, he's just punching.
It was,
But see, the Devlin one for me, like, they were talking about being on the t-shirt line. Surely that doesn't matter if you're going right into the ball, no?
see, the thing is, see his football players now, right? We all know exactly what he's actually putting his arm out, but trying to make it look like he's not putting his arm out. So we're all seeing it. I'm going moving that way, but you know, we all know what he's doing.
Like that, innit?
He knows what he's doing. But the referee somehow just, oh no, that's all right. By the way, you can stop that.
Aye. But he knows he's stopped the ball getting the hip striker.
He knows what he's doing.
So what's the rule, Kenny, with this t-shirt line?
So if
But it
somebody...
wasn't anyway, it was only
I know, but like, that's what we're debating on sports scene with the commentator watching it. So if somebody shoots and your hand's by your body and it hits above t-shirt line or above, it can't be a penalty no matter what. But like Kenny's saying, like he's moved his arm into it, knowing he's stopped the guy getting the ball.
Well, the one yesterday at Dermot Park on Robinson, he's got his back turned and his arm is out in a very similar position, and it's given. You know, VAR goes and it's clear it is a penalty. It was actually probably stopping it going in the goal, actually. But Devlin knows what he's doing. He actually knows exactly what he's doing, and we all know what he's doing. And for some reason, it's not a penalty.
Neil Warnock called the Miovski challenge manslaughter.
So Big Mars is getting 12 years left.
He's killed somebody. He's killed somebody.
Gary Mackay-Stevens reported up in Poland, didn't he?
12 years.
Yeah.
He's
Big Marcy killed somebody, and again, manslaughter. Right,
What are you here for? 6 years for tackling forward.
Do you know the thing is about the Warnock appointment about? I bet you Peter Leaving's doing all the coaching, I bet he'll take training that, won't he?
I tell you one thing about Warnock or not, he's a die-hard Rangers fan. He always talks about his Rangers.
That's all he cares about, innit? He loves Rangers.
The Dunoon True Blues and that he's talking about going to the games. Patton's unit said that though, innit? Just loves the Rangers.
Couldn't believe when he said that. Couple of mates will be at the game, the Dunoon True Blues, and you're Aberdeen manager.
That's the thing, he's brought new staff with him.
Yeah,
It's Ronnie Jepson, mate.
No, it's not Ronnie Jepson.
It's Ronnie Jepson, mate. He was a security guard in Boots last week. And
Is that no Ronnie Pickering?
Fucking Ronnie Pickering.
Do you know who I am? Who are you? Fucking Ronnie Pickering.
Is there any case, right, that he would get the job in the summer?
Nah, can't see it.
You know what? I genuinely, I don't think you can say no.
No.
What if he did get them into the top six? And what if he did win the Scottish Cup or got to the Scottish Cup final? And by the way, maybe he came up and quite liked it, and they quite like him. Like, why would they know? I personally, I think they would love that to happen because it makes that decision pretty easy. So, but again, that's the thing. Like, it's been said, it's only an interim, it's only to the end of the season, whatever it is. Okay, well, they must be looking for the new manager now. They're not going to wait and see how this develops or how it goes. They should be looking for the new manager now.
Their process has started already for the next guy.
Again, we're only guessing here, but who is it that's picking these managers? Do you think it is
Dave Cormack,
or is it Burrows that's got a...
I reckon it'll be Dave Cormack and Alan Burrows. Surely it's a process.
It's no... It might be an owner just saying, no, this is the guy I want. It might be, but see, when you put these guys in the place, so Alan Burrows is in there in that position now, that should be part of the job description. So he's got to have I would like to think he would have some kind of say, and it'd be a collaboration between owner, chief exec, whatever it is, and they come to the right answer.
Again, no wanting to pry too much, but do you think Foz would be interested in a job like that? He's obviously managed in Championship, Germany.
I think they should be interested in him, is what I think. You know,
I like that. That's confidence.
He's a different level, just an absolute different level. So it would be up to, for him. Listen, he should. I think it would be a good one. It would be a good one for him. But they would again. They need to have a conversation with him. What I could guarantee is, if they had a conversation with him, he'd be the next manager.
Oh, he could sell.
He'd be the next manager. It's not even about that. It's the passion. It's the energy. It's the knowledge. It's the, by the way, he'd have you believing. I mean, Warnock's talking about splitting old firms. He'd have you believing that he could do that. And by the way, we'd believe he could.
Definitely.
He would believe he could.
I use the same as Kenny. Maybe hard for you to say, but do you see an Aberdeen or Hibs missing out on the top six?
Aye, definitely. I think I look at St Mirren. They've been going well. Obviously, a bad result on Saturday against Livy, but that can happen. Kilmarnock are shoe in for top six. Hearts shoe in for top six. I also think Dundee are going. I think Dundee are going.
Big game this week, isn't it? Hibs done.
Aye. We totally do side. I think there's been a lot of games this season where they probably could have picked up more points.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, they've been in winning positions and lost.
Winning positions, or even the performances with the chances they maybe missed and teams they suck upon, whatever. But I still think they could be a way higher than where they actually are because of the. So I think Dundee, Hearts, Kilmarnock. I actually think Hibs will miss it.
I think Tony Dock falls into the Derek McInnes category for me, where probably the second best recruited team in the league.
Yeah.
But I think every player they've brought in has made an impact, or starting in their team.
Yep.
And maybe 6, 7 signings they made in the sub.
No, just start making them better.
But he's also made the players there better, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, see,
But he's went recruited.
he's got some lovely football players.
We look at the championship last year with the boy part of Thistle, Tiffany. Tiffany, is it?
Tiffany.
Outstanding. So he goes and gets him.
Yeah.
It's a different level of football. We'll take you to the championship, son, to Premier League. I need ball, let's go. Because it'll not be a big financial thing. And Tiffany scored 2 at the weekend, outstanding.
I said it in the fans forum. I don't think he's been spoken about enough. I think the boy Boateng's very good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boy, the whole.
Even the boy
Bakayoko,
up front, is it Bakayoko?
Bakayoko,
I think he's been stated.
And Robinson's all right up front for them as well.
Yeah,
They've got good
Robinson,
players.
yeah.
Who's the boy that
Owen
shoots? Owen Beck.
Shaughnessy's done well.
Who's the boy in the midfield?
McCowan's the best
McCowan,
player.
McCowan, brilliant, mate.
Outstanding.
He's the best player they've got.
Outstanding.
He makes them tick. Honestly, he's been a brilliant player since he was at Ayr.
Yeah.
Remember him at Ayr?
So
He was always a
comfortable in
good
the
player,
ball,
playing wide. Now he's just in the engine room, just running
really good.
the show for them. Such a good footballer. They're listen, they've got a right chance.
Aye, they have.
You know, they could miss out. I mean, it's a big game this weekend against Hibs. If they were to come through that without getting beat, it puts them in a really strong position and keeps Hibs at bay.
Do you know Tony Duck?
No, but no
Did you
well.
see him as a manager? I don't know well.
I don't know well enough to say that. I mean, he was
Probably
always
Taylor.
Dale's right hand man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But when he's got that opportunity, there's one thing for sure: he's grasped it with 2 hands, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done great. A wee bit off subject, but Harry Styles in the crowd for Luton v Man United. You see that last night?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
He's got an 8
He's gorgeous, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gorgeous, mate. What would you do?
My
with him?
missus
Have you had
agrees
live
with
Not sure about
She
his
agrees
jumper.
with you.
How is she alright?
I loves him.
What did you get her for Valentine's? Never asked.
Flowers.
That it?
Aye. What else you going to get?
Did you rip the clothes off her?
No, never. Not done that for
We were rolling about Saturday night. First thing in a while, mate.
Scrapping.
It could have looked like that to the blind eye, mate.
Is it
Aye.
manslaughter? Saturday night?
I'm up with Marcy for 10 years. What about you, Valentine? You romantic, Kenny?
Nah, I'm not so much. Flowers. Not flowers, aye. Flowers
Maybe
are
the garage or proper?
No, proper florist, aye.
Flowers are a fucking
Oh, mate, how
Aye,
expensive
not
are
bad.
they?
Aye.
That's why I do.
I go Marks and Spencer's, 15 quid.
I was a boy after taking that plant up the road. Just, you know, them, a wee note in it.
He doesn't get anything.
Nah.
No?
See the point?
What about Donna and
He
Murray?
takes Donna and Murray's bins out for Valentine's Day.
Nah, I don't see the point. Valentine's Day, it's a waste of time.
Oh, it's a money spin, that's for sure.
It's a money maker, aye. It's a money
Do you
maker.
tell her you love her? Do you tell your missus you love her every day?
Some days, aye.
So not every day.
Not every day. I do love her every day, but just some days it should just deserve the wee 3 words. Pain in the arse sometimes. That's the other 3s you get.
And last question, do you kiss it?
4, is it? 4.
Kiss it?
And all 3 words pin the arse.
Pain in the arse.
Do you kiss
And
it
there's
before
one
you go to
word.
bed every night?
Nah.
Do you do that? You
Aye.
peck on the
Aye.
cheek?
Aye. Definitely. But do you know?
Nah,
They're making me feel as though I'm fucking inadequate here. I'm going to need to step up the plate.
we peck on the cheek, innit?
If I turned over and gave her a wee kiss and said, "Night, babe, love you," she'd be like, "What the fuck have you done?"
Is that what you call her, babe?
Just sometimes. I don't know
Have you got a wee
what
pet name?
Nah.
Nah, it's just silly, aye.
Babe?
I just, I don't know.
Surprise.
I haven't, boyfriend, girlfriend, babe, innit? But that's quite nice.
See that Kevin Bridges joke, when you say something like that, you just feel that guy in your head saying you're a wanker. And like, hey, I get that. So see if I said darling or something, I'd think, shut up in my head. Can't I say it?
I get what you mean, mate. It's a bit cringy.
I've got that in the...
Babe, I wouldn't have had you down as a babe guy.
I don't know what I do. Sorry.
How are things so good?
Yummy.
Things are good, mate. Things are good.
Is she happy?
I think she's happy. Aye, happy enough.
Good. Right, Harry Styles, any...
She did say, I saw her, she
Good.
did say,
I knew something was coming.
she did say the last day, you're due another big text.
Oh, did she?
Aye.
Due to what?
Can't wait for it.
I don't know.
What is happening with that light, by the way?
She sent me a big text, kind of, you were here, I think you were on that time, sent me a big text, 6 paragraphs.
Oh, no.
Basically, your flaws.
All the flaws, everything.
6 paragraphs.
6 paragraphs.
5 paragraphs.
Was there any positives?
No, 5 paragraphs was about his performance on here. What was the other paragraph?
It was hard, wasn't it? It was tough.
It was
tough,
good, though.
mate.
It was good.
So another one's coming.
Another one's coming.
Would you ever flip it and send her?
Is it what I did write out 3 paragraphs one night, and then I thought,
Shut it.
no, I shut it.
Shut it.
Aye.
Shut it.
Aye, mate, stand up first.
3 paragraphs dating a phone call, take you 10 seconds.
Aye.
Fucking paragraphs.
But I don't like sharing text like that. It needs to be face to face for me. Because I think text.
Oh, no, I'm a shite bag, mate. I'm a texter.
No.
No, what I've started doing, no.
He's texting players telling they're not playing them. That's what mate, you're not playing tomorrow, alright? I'm a shit house.
But text come across cheeky even if you don't want them to be cheeky. So at some point, Kenny's on. We need to go on it for something.
Defo.
Yeah.
Right, we'll pick a game for the weekend and we'll get you to show us how the game was won and lost.
I have no lies.
We'll not pick Scotland because there'll not be much in that, but we'll pick a big game like a Man City, Liverpool, and you can
We'll do that next time.
Would you do
We've
that?
got a good one for this question,
Right, okay. Right, most famous people
Sean
you've met in
Connery.
football. Who?
Sean Connery.
No
Sean
way.
Connery, aye.
Twice he was in Monaco Champions League. The chairman had him there at the game.
So when you mean he was there, Kenny, like talk me through the first time, is he at the stadium, is he coming in the dressing room?
No, so well, this particular one in Monaco, he was in the stadium. So me and Peter Lovenkrands had just signed that summer. And we were like 19th and 20th man. The way Dick Advocat took us. Aye.
What?
He took us to Giovanni scored the 1-0 game.
No way.
And we're sitting just along, and then the chairman says, Kenny, across you come. So he said, oh, meet 007.
Meet
He
James
said,
Bond.
"This Sean Connery." He goes, this is our young player we've signed for Hibs, young Scottish player, blah, blah, blah. But then I think the end of that season, he was in the dressing room at Dens Park as well.
Is he
That's
like
unreal.
celebrating like?
Yeah.
Celebrating when he's won the
I
league?
think was it before? No, it wasn't winning the league. It was just a game, just a random game. He must have been there, and chairman says, "Come to the game."
Did he speak to
And he's just saying, he was just sitting. He was just sitting talking to the boys. Aye.
Wow.
Brilliant,
Unreal.
That's a big name, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is he gorgeous, Kenny?
He used to send good luck wishes to the Scotland team when we played games.
Aye.
I remember wee Bertie Vokes come in one day and says,
That's right, he
I've
did
just
that.
had I've just had a message.
'Cause he
from
did say
Cian. Cian. He couldn't get the name out. He kept going,
What did he call him, Cian Connery?
He says, Cian, it gave us a message. He went, no, 007.
So see what he was saying, Cian? Were you thinking, who the fuck?
That's we were going, who the fuck's Cian? And then he went, 007.
Is he gorgeous?
Oh, he's older man, obviously. He's like handsome man. Eh?
That's
Wedge,
class.
though. Cool
Aye,
as
it's
fuck.
good.
Because he
Cool
is,
as fuck.
he's one of
class
the
in
OG,
there.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he done a bit, didn't
He'd
he?
die. He's class.
He never had 5 paragraphs text for any team.
Never.
Never, nah. What about Rod Stewart now? Did you go down to
Yeah,
the
was there, aye. Yep.
Stratton Pendix house, didn't you?
That's right, aye.
Painted his house.
Well, tell the story. When do you know you are going down there?
Where were we? Well, we must have played something.
It was Fulham. We're playing Fulham.
Was that? So we're doing, and we went to train at his house, and then we were just left to wander all the house or in the gardens and all that. So you're just wandering about Rod Stewart's big palace.
Boys doing a piss in his bush.
Right,
Pedro
probably.
Coutinho was in his bush. What are you doing here? What was it? He had a change. He had a full changing room with strips, didn't he?
I thought the change room and the pitch was doing right down the bottom of the hill, aye.
And did he
Okay,
join in training though?
Nah, I don't think he did.
Because did you hear that story about Roy Keane and Gary Neville about Man United playing Champions League game and fucking Mick Hucknall joined in training?
I know, aye. I remember him telling that. It was like the night before you doing in the
Was
stadium.
Roy Keane raging clearly?
Raging, mate.
Raging.
Were you Celtic Roy Keane though?
No.
Not after that.
He was there 6 months before.
Did Rod Stewart watch training, do you remember?
Can't remember. I think he did. I think he did. He was probably talking to
Him and
the
Stratton are
gaffer.
best pals, isn't they? Stratton's also best pals with the lead singer. Do you know James?
James the band.
Say that. That's
Aye.
his best pal. Is Tim Booth?
I'm gone that. R9's mine and that. I can't even think any else. I met Sir Alex at a Scotland game. That was class.
And did you speak to him?
I asked him for a picture.
He was alright.
I got the picture, any bother.
Have anyone?
Jack Nicholson,
Oh, you've said this and Bono as well now.
Bono, Jack Nicholson, Cliff Richard, Sir Alex.
Cliff Richard.
Aye.
Where did you meet him?
I was in London. I was in Selfridges in London trying on a pair of shoes, and he sat down beside me and says, do you mind?
I get a sniff of them.
No, he was buying a pair of high-techs.
Capaldi's got to be up there now.
Capaldi.
Aye.
That day we were out, remember we were all Celtic fans in it. He goes back to he says, I'm fucking sick of you bastards, because he had the guitar out, he was singing Grace or something, wasn't he?
Aye, I know.
He just got up out the flat, mate.
Aye, I was like you.
Remember Scotty Allen came back in Capaldi's house, mate. Scotty Allen's got the snoozing. He's steaming, mate, right? He says like
Was that the night we were there?
Capaldi
Oh.
says, just chucks the snooze on the carpet. Mate, Capaldi goes off.
Went off his nut,
didn't he?
Was that night we were there?
What was Scotty thinking, man?
I was away at this point.
Oh, were you
this
away?
was after he was singing the Celtic songs on the guitar. I was like, I'm away up the road.
That was brilliant. You were, because it'd been like that the full day.
Aye,
You
it was
had
a
slash
bad-
Celtic,
gone
good
back and
laugh.
forward and that, aye.
And then you're like, I've had enough of this, man. Just got up, walked out the front door, never even said bye, just went, fuck this, and straight out. Brilliant, man. He was a great guy for
it.
when he
Was
came
weird
out.
when he came down the stair at that wee sauna room.
Remember I was sitting in his sauna?
I mean, why did he come down with just his pants on?
I was in the sauna with you.
Why is?
Aye.
What were we actually
By the way, the
talking
sauna
about?
wasn't on. We weren't just sitting in the sauna at 4 o'clock in the
But
morning.
mate, it was a proper deep convo in that sauna,
was
wasn't
Aye, for you and him, no me.
it?
Aye, he was deep, wasn't he?
That was deep.
Aye, that was
Good.
weird,
Was he
man.
naked?
Came down in a big pair of white pants on.
Right, last wee bit, lads. Here's a question phase that I've put in. The question is a bit, obviously, Hearts team Motherwell. Shankland scored his 25th goal, but I wanted to ask you, is this the best season anyone's ever had outside a Celtic and Rangers team?
Lee Griffiths had that unbelievable season at Hibs, didn't he? That's the first one that came to my mind. Scatchell's obviously had a few with Hearts.
Kevin Van Veen.
Kevin Van Veen last year with Motherwell, aye. But, I mean, it's right up there.
Well, it's no finish yet. You know, if they can go.
Connor Salmon had an unbelievable season.
No, stop, cut that.
I'm going to tell you right now, Connor Salmon scored fucking 25 goals before Christmas and got moved to Wigan to play him.
Did he?
Aye.
25 before.
I would check those numbers.
Aye, 25
I would
before
check
Christmas.
those
Right,
numbers.
let's get them up.
I would check those
Can't
Fucking
numbers.
close, I'm telling you.
Aye, but listen,
I know, but
Alexia
his general
Eremenko.
play was rubbish. He was falling on the ball every 2 minutes.
Eremenko put 25 on tap-ins right on the
well, there's a player by the way.
Aye, remember
Oh,
that.
there's a player.
Eremenko.
Anyone else spring to mind? Maybe no goal scorers. Anyone else have had an?
What about Latapi at Hibs?
Aye,
Soze at Hibs, where I played with them, they're good players.
Even that Bruni Tomo Hibs team
They
had
might be-
good seasons, didn't they?
I think I mean Shankland's just
Another
goal
big one,
scoring
isn't he?
machine, you know, but he's actually more than that. I mean, you've
Oh,
played
yes,
him.
aye.
I'm only watching him. He's way more than just a goal scorer.
Was he always that?
No.
When you remember, was he always
No.
as good in general play?
His game has developed so much over the last 5-6 seasons, I think. I've watched him when he was at Dundee United, even there, to be fair, to an extent. But Dundee United, because he was playing against them for Partick, so I was kind of watching them, and he never took that much to do with it. I always remember a game I watched, it was Alloa on a Friday night they were playing. Alloa actually beat Dundee United. And anytime the ball moved to one side, he pulled away on the diagonal and put his hand up, and I was like, this guy's no doing it for you.
What, hasn't just to hit him on the dial?
Like to kind of hit.
Wow.
Listen, it was most times he would work away for the ball rather than come and look to play. Whereas you watch him now, he's played as that kind of second
10,
striker. But by the way, his goal scoring's no suffered. And I've said it a million times actually over the last couple of months. See, the body strength that he's got, upper body strength, but the calmness he's also got to then bring the ball down or bring in the awareness to bring people into play.
So what
He's
does
the best striker in the
how
league.
do you get that then? Does that just come with confidence, you think?
Listen, I don't know.
Is that
Experience,
coached into him,
experience,
or
coaching.
watching
definitely.
players?
I think he spoke about it as well. Although he had a bad experience in Belgium, he said he came back a better player. So some of the players they played with, different league, different culture, so they just came back. Because, I mean, you think, with all due respect, being at like an Air Dundee United, where
He's the main man.
you're the main man, but the expectations maybe aren't that much within the team. Where he goes, he's still going to get the team, and he's playing with Caicedo was in that team.
Yeah, that's right.
Caicedo and players
Were they a
like that.
proper possession-based team, Andy?
I don't think so, because they get relegated, so they couldn't have been. But he says he came back a much better player, and you can see it 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm reading the question, like, the debate isn't whether he's in the squad. That's
Does he
gone
start?
now. The debate
Has it
is
gone?
For me, it's gone. It has to
For
be.
me, it wasn't even there. But he wasn't in the last squad.
Jacob Brown.
but see,
he got 12 minutes for Luton for me. That usually gets him a place in the squad, doesn't it?
See, for me, Kenny, right? For me, he has to play. He has to start.
Start?
He has
Well,
to start.
Well, you know
Wow.
what? You know he's not going to start. You know that.
But I think the only reason I do know that is because Steve Clarke's loyalty to players that's done well for him. That's the only way I see it. But nobody's telling me Lyndon Dykes isn't having a better.
No, Shankland's a better player than Dykes
or
for
even
me.
close by.
I think he's close. He's close to. I would like him to be starting because I think he's starting to hold the ball up and bring other people in.
And that for me is why Steve Clarke plays Lyndon Dykes for his work rate.
Aye,
and his
for
whole
that work
ability.
rate,
That's a different thing though. It's how quickly they can run about and how hard they work.
Run the
That was
channels
what I would
and-
say between Dykes and Shea Adams. I'm not saying Lon Shanton doesn't work hard, but I don't think he works as hard as these guys, or he's got the capabilities to
Aye,
work as
Shea
hard.
Adams-
Mobile run the
But by the
sides.
way, that is, he still does it, you know. But in terms of intelligence, bringing people into play, goal scoring threat, he's ahead of them all. Like,
See, when
way
you
ahead.
first started playing, were you primarily a goal scorer?
Worker, fast. Aye, goal
When did you
scorer.
start to drop him? Because remember your second time at Rangers, that was pretty much what you done, wasn't it?
Probably when I went to Wolves. But you become better with better. Again, even when you come to Rangers the first time and you're working with like the ball, but that was the kind of role he would play, kind of that second striker. He wasn't off the right anymore. He was kind of more a second striker. You watch the way he played and how clever he is, then you have to learn. When I went to Wolves, I started to develop more as an all-round player. And when I came back up the road, then I was a better player.
Yeah.
So probably when I went to
How was
Wolves,
the Borway? Good?
he's some player, man. What a player.
But
he's
as
just so
a
clever.
player in person, would he take you and show you?
No, so much. But you're training with these guys every day. Mikey Moles, you know, and they had brilliant boys to kind of watch. Dodgy, Rod Wallace was there at the time. Flo came. You had De Boer and Moles. You know, had good forwards. So you were a young player. I mean, you want to take their place, but you're going to learn off them. Huh?
What about you, Kev? Ever one that would drop in, or was it always stay high, last man?
Nah, we'd always try and link with Marcus Stewart. When we linked up a partnership, sometimes I would drop in because I knew that if I came short, they'd come me. I would just into my feet. I would let it go. He would be behind me. He would always position himself over, return, but never play like a link-up play. But I could do it if I needed to. But nah, I was always told to stay as high up the park to allow space for somebody else to go and get it. Aye.
Larson and Sutton, remember them with the dummies? They were incredible at it.
York and Cole.
Try and take that off York and Cole, right? It was York and Cole.
Aye, York and Cole as well. Last wee bit, Andy Motherwell. Bad result. How was the calf? All right.
All right.
Valentine's Day, you hurt it?
No, it was before that.
Standy upper?
It was before that.
Oh, was it before that? Sorry.
It feels a lot better than now. It's the first muscle tear I've had in my career, 32, so not bad.
Is it a tear? Was it a tear, was it?
Aye.
What game was that you done that?
Well, we don't know. But
obviously
it was after the first game. It was after the first game I felt it. So, but listen, it feels a lot better. So fingers crossed. In terms of the game, I mean, from Hearts' point of view, I think the biggest improvement for Hearts this year has been number one, set pieces, obviously clearly, but number two, their ability to still win games when they're not playing well. And when you've got Shanks, that's probably a big reason for it. He's scored 25 goals.
Been the difference in so many games.
Oh,
it's like
you had a lot of chances, mate.
First half, we never had a lot of the ball, which I think was probably disappointing. Something the manager spoke about after the game. I thought probably turned the ball over a wee bit too much, but Hearts didn't threaten at all in the first half. Yeah. But then you've got to give credit to them in terms of the subs that came on made a massive difference for them. Then they had the better of the rest of the game in the second half. But like you said, a couple of chances in the first half, wee Lennons might make a difference. But that's the thing about Shanks, is like you give him half a yard because that's what he really got. It was a brilliant header.
Really what is that? Is that zonal marking?
But that's a wide free kick thing. It's a wide free kick thing. He just gets in between. By the way, it's actually not a great ball in. It's actually behind the line. So see if that had that went, but maybe where it probably was supposed to go, it might have been a wee bit further in front of it.
Sure, yeah, just
he could have defended that easier, but because it was a wee bit behind, they had to kind of pull his neck back in and kind of just stab his head down. But done it to the ground.
Do you think Gabby get closer to him quicker?
I think it's because of the way the ball's coming in. I just think it's he can't get through him. Like to get to it, so that was an incredible header, and it was the difference. You know, that was the goal that Hearts needed, and it changed the game because at that point it didn't look there was much in the game.
Hearts were really good after the first goal as well.
Right,
like started having a few chances. Like it says, subs that came on, Vargas, Oda were excellent after.
Kenneth Vargas,
strong chat.
What a finish!
Strong,
great
touch and finish.
Can Motherwell get something against Celtic at Fir Park, Kev?
I don't see why no.
They've done well against Celtic in
they've got to look at they've got to take a lot from what Kilmarnock's done. No try and replicate it, but just be hard to beat.
And what they've done though, you know, like they got done in the 96th minute at Fir Park, and then they've got the equaliser at Celtic Park. So they've had decent enough performances against Celtic this season. So
it's mad to say it, but I think every team at this minute in time's got a chance if they
stay in the game. Stay in the game.
Yeah. Big bear, big handful, isn't he?
It's a handful.
He's up to double figures now, isn't he? Like goals, it's incredible.
Again, it's mad. At St Johnstone, he didn't even look at the goals. St Johnstone.
He wasn't played though. You know, this is the thing. Like he's whether it be because he's had to play or whether it be because Stuart Kettle believes him and he can see, because you watch him, all the attributes are there to be a handful.
Yep.
You know, he's quick, he's massive, strong. Now he's getting a wee bit of confidence in front of goal, whereas he's maybe before he was maybe thinking and questioning. Now he's just doing it, you know.
But he's the type of player for me, and this isn't me being disrespectful to managers he's had before, right? But if you're someone that wants to coach and develop a player, he's the perfect sort of blank canvas, if you like, because he is big, he is strong,
and he's willing.
But he just needs, and he's willing, he's a willing learner, he's a good, he's a good teammate. He just needs work. He just needs coach. He just needs. Just to hone on his technical skills, link up play, whatever it may be.
It's a lovely pass to Geb in the second half.
Here, text him, we've got a striker session on it, he can do it.
Tap-ins, you're practicing tap-ins, right, mate?
There you go,
get Bear up to a couple
of Harry Payton done.
He'd fuck your session up.
Him and Harry.
The full session would be fucked. Harry Payton,
we'll sort it out.
Is there a glimmer of hope for Livy as well?
Absolutely. What did I call it, the cooking show?
Did you say that? Well, DL said that Livy went away.
Seen Lee McCulloch say he thinks that Livy will stay up.
Wow.
How though?
Well, he said it 2 weeks ago before that result.
Livy play Ross County this weekend.
It's massive.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean how.
Or why would he say it?
I know exactly at that point. Why? How could you
say that?
How could you say that? You know.
By the way, Ross County had a chance against Dundee. Trevor Carson makes an unbelievable save. Unbelievable save, mate.
You could say it's maybe a bad miss, but I think he just reacts, doesn't he? He has to just react and get something on it. But it was an incredible save.
But by the way, can I say something? St Mirren's chances, man.
Wow.
Mandron's miss. Never made the penalty. The miss at the back post.
But again, mate, see if he hits that penalty, I'm not talking to him for weeks if I'm his teammate, mate. The way he's hit that
penalty.
Fucking hell, man. What's he doing?
And it's a big result.
You're watching Peyton, mate.
It's
I'm
a big
telling you.
result for them as well. Like the other way, because that could have cemented them in that top six.
Aye.
Now there's just that we can Aberdeen, can Hibs maybe get back to them. But it's aye.
Big boy up front's made a difference to Livy, don't he? He is a big bit of a boy, the biggest
Hey, I told you.
Yingy,
We played them at Hearts in the last game before the break, and he came on for half an hour, and honestly, we were like, who is this guy? He was like what everyone said Joe Newbley was last year. That's what this guy was in 30 minutes. We were all like, he's with it.
Is that for Ipswich?
Aye.
He's probably fitter and quicker as well, I would say.
But got that just Velcro touch where like anything, it's done.
He's so big.
It's massive, aye.
What about his physique, man? Who's got the best physique you've ever played with?
Bruno Alves. Bruno Alves is the best I've seen because it was like ripped, but out there, like bulky ripped, do you know what I mean? He used to do this mad core exercise every day where he would lie on a bench. What'd you call them? Like, you know when you lift your legs up but your full body? So you're basically just on your head. The Graham Murray would do. The Graham Murray on the bench. It was just 10 like heat stands like that.
That's the Rocky Balboa.
That's what he do every day.
What about you, ripped?
I don't know, can't
Boys doing English Pen must have been ripped now. Lescott must have been ripped now.
He still is, by the way. He still is. Yeah, he was good.
What about like a top player whose body you would think, fuck, how is he a football player? Anyone now?
Shank's up there.
Is it Shanks?
As he went through a week in a phase where he was actually looking as if he had been.
And he felt like he suffered the other way.
And then he's maybe went back to. I mean, listen, it's no.
But his body's no horrific. Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's just no.
He's just no shredded.
Body would have been one, wouldn't it? He's actually
but again, like falls into that category where you almost feel like it needs to be like that.
Yeah.
He's happy. He's happy.
Boydie tells that story, doesn't he? That he thought he was going to lay off the drink and the fast food and that before, and then he wasn't scoring, and like Walter Smith had pulled him in to say, look,
get back on there.
You need to get back on the fucking.
I booked your table home long night, 8 o'clock.
And he just starts banging goals again, you know. But there's loads of guys that are proper, like good nick. You know, Broders went through that. So I was at Broders before. He actually went through that transformation as well. So he was always in good nick and he was always a strong boy. But then he went through this. I don't know if it was his eating or because he's training. He was a fucking machine training wise. Yeah. But I think his whole diet changed. And he just came in one day and he was like fucking shredded. Absolutely 3%. Shredded.
I remember when I went down to Middlesbrough, I had a conversation with Stuart Down about things. And I was a young boy, just giddy. So I was just asking about Liverpool. And he spoke about how Liverpool put him on this training regime. He get bigger and bulk out. And he says he felt crap. He just didn't feel as sharp, didn't feel as quick, and he felt as if his game suffered for that. And he was just like,
he was shy. He was never good at Liverpool.
Again, though, but I do think that is sometimes that is a personal like preference thing. Where if you're happy in the way you prepare and you think that works for you, then
Anybody that was a bit heavier.
I remember going to Kilmarnock and remember David Lilder.
I don't think he's big enough to be mentioned.
He's a worse body than me, man. Something going, by the way.
Do you ever play against Nicky Shorey?
Left back,
Redden. Playing at Port every day, he'd come in, look at his belly and go, how the fuck's this played for England? That wee bastard, mate, loved a drink.
Good player,
mate. What a player to love the left foot. Guys like that are heroes.
John Flanagan, bit like that, had a cap for England as well, but he was like a wee bit heavier in the
belly. Was he? Just good for him. Where's he now, Flanagan?
Retired.
Aye, chucked it.
He should have chucked it a long time ago.
No, he went to Dan Agel was a manager of a team in Denmark, and took him second division or something. Done his knee, chucked it. He's got a few quid in it. He'll have a few quid. Flanagan. He's opened a coaching academy in Liverpool.
Oh, has he now?
Great guy.
Did you ever do that coaching academy? I know for you kids.
Matt may actually say to me years and years and years ago to do that, like sit and set up. So nah, but listen, if that's what you're interested in, getting the young. But it's just for me. It's just a different pathway for me.
There is an ex-Rangers opening a coaching school.
Seen that, aye.
That's all right. Aye. Ex-Ranger.
Stay away, aye.
Could be good. Stephen Robinson. Angry wee man, isn't it?
I've not seen this, by the way, so when you put this...
He's right in it.
I don't
right
mind
up against it.
Don't mind that at all.
Listen, I think if it's because they're moaning about results, then absolutely, but does he need to? Because his performances and his results and his league position speak for themselves. Do you need... Listen, maybe he just feels a wee bit unappreciated and like, listen, we've lost a game, you know, like calm down.
In a game where they've missed a penalty and about 4 sitters at the end.
By the way,
Neil Warnock's wanting him done for manslaughter.
He's probably that's why he's reacted like that, because he probably is so frustrated that how have my team got beat here, by the way, and now you're moaning at me. You know, have you not watched the game? You know, we should have won the game.
I don't mind that at all, personally.
What, him going up?
I don't mind it.
It doesn't look great though, does it? Like when you're arguing with your own fans.
Well, I feel like it doesn't look great in a player, but for some reason I just don't think it looks as bad in a manager. I don't know if that's me just being
really?
stupid,
Right, so you...
I think it's worse if you're a player. I just think it's just fucking...
Remember Eric Dyer?
I feel like you can get away with it now if you're the manager.
He went in the crowd and you could tell that Dyer's, he's going to do fuck all, mate. He's never had a fight in his life.
I went to the crowd once at Coventry and I told the boy, I said, no point in arguing here, pal. I'll come out, I'm going to get a shower and I'm out the front door. If you're standing there waiting on me, great. If no, didn't fucking shout shite to me. At the front door he was there waiting on me.
And did you shout to him?
No, I did a fuck. I says, right, what's the deal? And he says,
what's the deal?
Fucking good enough.
Mate, we played well.
I was like, pal, there's no fucking point in shouting to me. He says, I can't give a fuck. I says, I'm beyond help here. And that was it. I was up the fucking road.
What about family and friends you've ever had? What about when you were manager? I know it was a short period of time. Do you ever get stick for fans behind you or that? Or when coaching at Falkirk? Because Falkirk can be quite harsh, can't it?
But again, I'm not the manager.
You
get a bit. I mean, again, because you've obviously played in the country for age, and people know you. They were, Miller, you need it. It's part of the parcel of the job, eh? You just got to accept. Listen, you're getting beat. You're getting beat. They're not going to be singing your praises, you know. So you've just got to go on with it. But,
have you ever went through a period in your career where the crowd were on you, your own fans?
Probably, aye. Probably.
You remember it now?
Nah. I just shut out. Just shut out and get on with the job. It'll turn. It'll turn. I've got a goal over in the corner and it'll turn.
What about, have you ever had a manager doing it with the crowd?
Well, you're pedo in the bush, didn't you?
Where are you sitting when you're watching that?
On the bus. I genuinely was thinking, I'm going to need to go out here and get him out of that bush. I did. I think, what was that? 36, 37?
So are you sitting on the bus, headphones on or whatever, and then do you see him walk to the bush?
No, I could see, right, we're sitting and it was like, somebody says, the fucking gaffer's there in the bush, arguing with the fans. And you could see, obviously, you see the pictures now, it's like, I thought, I need to go and just fucking get him in here. Like,
and who does eventually go and get him?
I think he was one of the security guys or somebody wants security, or like, come on, you need to get on the bus, come on. But he was obviously
picking jagging with his suit.
He's got a couple of thorns in his Steffi graphs. trying to pick the thorns out the Steffies as he was getting out of the bush.
What does he say when he comes on the bus? He's like, what?
Well, we're obviously at the back for the middle up. He's
back ass killing me.
Steve, you got plaster? Fucking bush has just done my Steffi graph.
Any others, Kenny? Spite of mind the manager?
No, I can't think.
Big Mick must have been McCarthy now.
I was in Mick.
Oh, we know who was your manager?
My manager was Dave Jones and Glenn Hoddle.
Oh, Hoddle, I had him.
Hoddle, man, joke.
Yeah, what a player, man.
Joke.
What a player. So, by the way, he was late and his phone's gone off. He's late and his phone's gone off.
No, I'm still in the podcast.
He's meant to be back.
He's got the school run today.
Okay, bye.
Oh, sister.
Oh, that was cold, by the way. That was cold.
Icy.
Oh, rapid, okay.
No, I had the text to say, could you get the kids? So.
I've had to drop that text in when I went for a piss as well.
I
had to text. You might need to pick Blake up.
Now she's to get the kids.
No, but she was able to get the kids, so that's fine.
Oh, that was frosty.
Why is my fucking heart rate?
Why is your heart rate sitting on your face?
Wait till you see how quick she drives up the road tonight.
Is that all strapped up?
No, I've just added in a cut on their sections.
Let's talk about last week's games. I know.
Preview. Is that preview?
What about you yourself? Do you see Ross County being dragged into this? That is the last question, lads.
Well, they're in it. They're right in it. This is another massive. That's massive in relegation. Hibs Dundee's massive in terms of Hibs trying to get to top 6, and obviously the title race. You've got Rangers and Celtic needs to go and keep winning.
Free course meal.
Yeah. Right, come on.
Oh no, I've not even had a chance to think about it. You know what's too hard for me?
I bet it's fish. There must be fish in there.
No fish, no chance.
No, you're not going
chance.
to fish on your lap.
For starter, it's a water and electrolyte.
Main, it's 2 waters and electrolyte.
Hey, come on, just tell me.
Quick one, starter, maybe you know what, I'd go with a whole one. You can't beat like that.
Capital ribs.
Capital ribs are unbelievable. Or even like the prawns.
Aye, I'll
the prawns are capital ribs. So if I'm going the whole wong, it's going to be maybe the sizzling beef.
Oh.
Again, I love the Cantonese sauce, the Peking sauces, all these ones, maybe that. And I'm definitely a sticky toffee for a
super. What a podcast, mate.
I had a box bards yesterday, mate.
Did you get the wee man with the fiery wings?
Got him with the wings, mate.
You said you liked them.
See, I love a buffalo wings for starter as well, to be fair.
Manslaughter. I had the chicken burger with, have you ever had the KFC one with the hash brown, cheese and gravy on it? Oh my God.
Sounds dirty though. Very
dirty, greasy, of face bit off.
Yeah. Life's raging at you because you're eating that. It's all dripping down your...
Turned her on, mate. That's when we started on a bit.
That's done it for your gravy.
Boys, incredible.
What a podcast, lads.
Amazing.